flag song.
Yeah. Oh, boom. Do. Yeah, he said, "Speak on it, God." And that right there is crazy. That was because you never heard him just come out straight like that. You had the lessons in there, and Brand Nubian. Yo,
y'all was the first, some of the first ones to do it. To put the lessons in the songs too. I gotta give it to y'all.
The way they did it.
Yeah, Brand Nubian for that.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
I mean?
So Brand Nubian, we got Lord Jamar that's coming to the stage today.
Peace.
Yo, and he bought. Yo, who you brought with you, man? I'll let you introduce the brother.
That's my physical reality of law.
Peace, reality. Peace,
reality. To the brothers. Peace to all the gods on the panel.
Peace. Oh man. Oh man, yo, the chat room is lighting up right now. You remember sending your super chats. I got questions and things like that. Shout out to the Rocketeers and the Craftmen, Coach Kidaka, and I see we got a new we got Voltage Controller as a moderator now. Finally, big up to him. Voltage Controller. Let's get it going. All right, yo, they said Lord Jamar. Yo, man, I don't even want to. Yo, brother, for what you did for me in hip hop is everything, yo. Everything. I just want to give you your flowers right now because everything, man. Even on you know what I'm talking about.
Wake up.
Yeah, wake up. There you go.
Right.
Wake up. As soon as you said, "Oh, let him come over here and build." Speak on it, God.
Not only that, they did that at the
exactly.
Right in Harlem, right?
Yeah.
Right in Harlem. Right in Mecca.
At a law school we filmed that.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Shout out to my brother Love too. He just came home. Shout out to him once again. Can't hit you right now. All right. Yo, without further ado, man, we're gonna get right up into this, man. Brother, Lord Jamar made some incredible statements that we heard before. We heard it before. But I told him I'm willing. Today I want to do something a little different. I'm opening up my mind. I told cats that I know before. We had the brother David Weiss come up here, and I'm a give you the same offer. I'm like, yo, I'm willing to listen to knowledge, and I'm telling you, when you listen, you got to open up your mind to certain knowledge. Knowledge is to know. Yeah, you gotta be able to listen and absorb and really think about things. That's how you weigh things is in balance. So the brother Jamar came with some new type of it's real. Some new type of knowledge. It's been out there, but
it's not new, really.
It's not that new. It's not that new. But into the
knowledge has been brought hidden and now brought back into the light of day.
That's right.
You said hidden?
Yeah, that's
absolutely
right.
It's been hidden.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna let him hold on. I'm gonna let him explain it. All right. So without further ado, what's good?
Also, not to cut your will, but I just want to say, Lord, you know what I'm saying, that it's an honor to meet you, Lord. I just sorry for we had to meet on these terms.
Yeah, you gotta give him a ball. Give him a
good terms right here.
Hey, I'm willing. I'm open. My mind is open. All right, so we're gonna keep.
We're all open.
We're
all open.
Shout out to Josh, and you got a fellow flat earther up in here. AD, he always be dropping the jewels here and there. He's the engineer.
AD.
What's
going on?
He's the engineer for the Podcraft. And I like the way you call yours.
Flat Panther.
Flat power, my brother.
Flat power, brother. Flat power.
Flat power.
All right, without further ado, Lord Jamar, take it away, brother. It's all you. The floor is yours.
Well, basically, the reason why I'm here, I had a call from the brother Iron Sheik. And I think he was calling me about something else.
Right.
And in the midst of it, he was like, yeah, God, because I don't like when I hear God's, talking negative about you. Immediately, I knew what he was talking about.
Shout out
I was like, oh, yeah. I said, you talking about flat earth and all of that, right, God?
Right.
Yeah, God. So we start building on the science. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's what we're here to do today.
Right.
And I'm here to tell you that no man can sit here and show and prove
Not at all.
that we live on a spinning ball. Okay? The sun is not 93 million miles away from the earth.
No, it's not.
The moon is not something you can land on. The moon is not reflecting the sun's light. It is his own light source. And
speak on it, girl.
All of these things being said, we have now, these things are incorporated, okay, into our lessons. And I've always been taught proper education, Allah corrects error. Let me just tell you that I got into this striving to disprove it. I thought, just like everybody else, that this is some bullshit. You can't be fucking spirit. You can't be. Are we really questioning this? This is how I got into. Yo, first of all, please be respectful while I'm talking. All this going down shit. Like, knock it off. You about to get bombed in this motherfucker. There's gonna be nothing you can say that can refute anything I can say.
At all.
So now, let me continue, okay? And please be respectful, guys. Okay, because I am your elder. Now,
I love it.
That being said, I got into this striving to disprove it. And the more I actually studied, the more I realized that I didn't know as much about this so-called ball earth theory as I thought I knew. Okay, but that's why they teach us the shit in 3rd fucking grade, so we won't fucking question it, so that we'll fucking we'll just take it in and be like, okay, I guess they know better than, and it's just a done deal, and then you just move on.
Then they give you images of it also in movies, and that's
they give you images in books and movies. Those are all pictures and fucking animations
that are in your mind now.
I agree with
that. Quick question. Now, part of why they do this, right, is to remove your senses out of the equation. Let me ask you something. They say we're spinning at 1,037 1/3 miles per hour around the sun. Is that correct, Killah Priest? Is that what they say?
Yes, that's
according to them. Yes.
Does it feel like we're moving? Does it feel like you're moving? Yes or no?
No.
All right. That's number one.
That's
so
number
now
one.
we want to suspend one of our senses. Okay. We obviously feel like we're not spinning, but they say we're spinning. If we're spinning at 1,000 miles an hour, where are the 1,000-mile-an-hour winds, God?
That's the first question. So
anybody can answer this. Peace, Minister Freedom Allah. You're welcome to answer that question. Anybody answer, where are the 1,000-mile-an-hour winds?
That's up for all of us, yo.
Well,
I mean,
go ahead.
I'm gonna let you build, because all these everything that you say, Lord, I can destroy, but I'm gonna let you build. Please told me to let you build.
Let's have a
I'm gonna let you
Let's have a
build.
conversation.
Because we're not. You want a conversation now?
Chill.
Chill.
No, we're gonna take it slow. Freedom left. Could you answer that question? I can't answer the question, brother.
I can answer it. You want me to answer it?
Okay, yes. Where are the 1,000-mile-an-hour winds, God?
First of all, there's 2 winds on this earth. There's one wind called the jet stream that all pilots use to navigate. And then there's another wind, Lord, that's called surface winds. Now, there's no thousand. Let me finish. I'm about to answer your question.
Go ahead.
The reason why you don't see 1,000-mile-hour winds is because we got mountains and valleys, Lord. Thank you.
No, bro, come on.
That's ridiculous.
That doesn't even make sense.
That's ridiculous.
What make sense?
What
do you mean?
Don't do that.
No, come on, man.
Please
don't
do
with the
that.
toy with the kid stuff, man.
Please don't do that. Because we got mountains and valleys.
Let's hear from you. All right, so
that's gonna stop the 1,000-mile-an-hour winds, which also Why? First of all, all the clouds and all of that should be going in the same direction, right? Counterclockwise. That's the way they say that it's spinning, right? So why doesn't all the clouds and all that go at 1,000 miles an hour in the same direction?
Peace. Can I add on?
Yes, please.
Because you're trying to apply linear velocity to rotational velocity, God.
Oh,
the
God.
Earth spins one time every 24 hours.
Now, Cypher, prove it.
Huh?
Prove it.
24 hours in a day.
Yes. I'm telling you, the sun is what's moving, not the Earth. So we can have the same mathematical equation that you're about to give me can be applied if the Earth is still and the sun is what's moving. So I know what you're getting ready to say. That doesn't prove anything. Show and prove. Also, I want you to show and prove that people can stick to the bottom of the ball, that water can stick to a curved surface. Where they do that at, God?
Wait, let me add one more thing before. Wait, let me add on one more thing real quick.
Okay.
Because we're forgetting something. Not only are they saying that we're rotating at 1,037 1/3, they're also saying that we're going around the sun at 66,000 miles per hour. And also being dragged around the universe by the sun's orbit at over 500,000 miles per hour.
And we don't feel none of that.
God's like, what the hell? We don't feel a thing.
Y'all ever been
we
on
all
a
know
plane?
that we know we're stationary. Where is
Yes, I've been on a plane.
How fast do planes travel?
about 500 something miles per hour?
And do you feel yourself moving when you're on the plane?
You're inside of something.
You don't feel 500.
They're saying we're on top of the ball, not inside of it.
But you
So that doesn't apply.
That doesn't
Being
apply
inside of something doesn't
You're
apply.
talking about something with a mass of 66 sextillion tons. You're talking about
about
a
that?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't
You're
matter.
saying that they're on the outside of this mass.
right?
And
Not
that
inside, brother.
we're not. We have to be on the inside for what you're talking
For
about.
what you're
We're
saying
on
to
the
work.
outside of the mass, and this is a very
Right.
large celestial body that we're
It
talking
doesn't matter.
about.
So
And because it has a great mass, it generates a downward force towards the center of gravity, towards its center of mass.
here we go with the mystery God, and it's called
That's
gravity.
mystery. Gravity is mystery.
There is
Yo,
no
why
gravity.
Why do you think gravity is a mystery though?
Because
It's a theory.
because
It's
it's
never
a
been
theory.
proven.
It's something that you
It's a theory.
put
What are you talking
magical
about?
properties
Over
to.
and over
Hey,
again.
God, let me ask you something. Do you really believe that people are upside down in Australia right now?
And on
that
the
because
side,
of gravity, it
around the
rains
ball.
upward. It rains upward. Because
How
every
ridiculous
ball
is that?
has to have a top and a bottom, correct?
You know, we're not
Are
There
talking
we
has to be a
upside
top
down
and,
right now?
and a bottom to the ball.
about
And what y'all are saying on
I
a
think-
ball earth, that people can exist on the side of the ball, on the
And
bottom of the ball.
down.
It's ridiculous, God. It's
Well,
ridiculous.
what it is,
It
you
doesn't
don't
make sense.
understand because you don't understand basic physics or
Oh, no.
science.
Here
So
goes the
can you? So let me
pseudoscience.
ask
Here you
this.
go with
Hold
your
on, hold on.
pseudoscience.
Let me ask a question because you've asked a
Go
lot
ahead.
of them. Can you, if you
Yeah, we gotta start asking them questions.
if you released an
Go ahead.
object from your hand, how do you show and prove this downward force? What is causing that?
That
Density and buoyancy.
Yes, but look, density and
Density and
buoyancy.
buoyancy.
So
brother.
listen. Can I
Is
explain?
density a force
So-
now?
Listen.
Brother,
When
listen.
something is heavier than the medium that it is in, it will drop. If it is lighter than the medium it is in, it will rise. Let me ask you
Simple.
something. Do you think gravity has fucking intelligence to it? If it's so strong that it can hold down, hang on. If it's so strong that it can hold down the oceans, how can fish swim through the water? How are you able to walk around? How can a housefly fight gravity, yet it's so strong that it's holding everything else down?
So because I'll answer you
We're
guys.
saving
because
all of
if you
the
study-
super chats,
if
right?
you study,
AD?
for one,
Please, this
things
time.
like birds and insects are able to leave the planet and fly because they create downward force with their wings.
What about a bubble?
Hold on, God, do the
about a
knowledge.
bubble?
Let you talk. If we were dealing with density, then things would make. Why wouldn't things go up? Why wouldn't they go sideways? What makes them go down?
Because they're heavy.
That's
I
not
just
a force,
explained
though.
it to
That's
you.
not a force.
Does it have to be a
Same
force,
way-
brother? Why does it have to
It
be a
does.
force?
Force
Same
is
way-
why things move.
Why can't something just be whatever medium
Because
it's in? If it's heavier or lighter, it would
think about it. Think about it. When they talk about Newton's law, right? When they talked about Newton's law, when that apple dropped, right? Oh my God, there's gravity. But if that apple dropped into water, what would it have done? Would it have kept sinking or would it have floated? It would have floated because it has buoyancy, and the water is a heavier medium than fucking air. It's that simple, God. There's nothing magical about it. See, your shit. You think that I'm not claiming that density and buoyancy can make people walk upside down. You believe some mystery shit like that.
Density, God? Can you define density? Can you define density?
Something heavier than the medium that's in. That's it.
No, it's not, God. God, can I share my screen, please?
Yeah. Let him show his screen.
It's up to Lord Jamar.
Hold on a second. I'm clicking a button. Okay, go for it.
Lord Jamar, are you finished? You want the brother to share something on the screen? Or?
Share it.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Divine. Go ahead, Minister.
Share the meaning of density. Go ahead.
Density equals mass over volume. That's what makes something dense.
Okay, and
so my point is, you haven't showed me what is creating the force to make the object move.
The mass of the object.
So why doesn't it? That's not a force.
Why are you relying on a mystery force?
What do you mean it's not a force? Why does it have to be a force?
Forces make things move. That's how you
can. Brother, do you know that gravity is a theory, though, right?
So hold on. Hold on, bro. I'm talking. Can I finish? Cars are able to move. Listen, cars are able to move because engines create force. So are you telling me that cars move around the street because they heavier than the air?
What does that have to do with gravity?
That has nothing to do with what we're talking about. You're sounding, I don't want to say the word, but please,
the reason why we talking about gravity, the brother is trying to point out density.
I'm trying to deal with density. Now,
that doesn't have
you use the word density, brother.
I'm saying if something is heavier than the medium it's in, it's gonna sink.
Could you
prove lighter? It's gonna rise. Why do you think bubbles rise in water? And a rock would fall because the bubble is lighter than the density of the medium it's in. That's it.
But you're still not
very simple.
It's called a vector. All forces have a
numerical
value, which is called a vector.
So listen, brother, why
does Divine Minister, what is it? What's a vector?
It's called a vector.
So
brother, why doesn't that vector take the bubble downward then?
Right.
Water. Why does it take it downward? Why does it take it up?
Because what?
Because you're talking about something that's light. You're talking about something that's moving through water. We're talking about outside of water, guys.
What about
when water evaporates into the air? What happens to it? Why does it evaporate?
And then, no, hold on, God. Let's stay there. It evaporates, and then what happens? When it
gets hold up. No. Don't talk about and then what happens. Why does it evaporate? It evaporates because it becomes lighter than air. It becomes lighter than air. That's why it evaporates. And so if there was gravity, it shouldn't be able to
go back up.
No, gravity is what pulls it back down.
That's two. You're talking about two different things. You're talking about two.
Brother. That's a good point.
How does it go
no, we're not.
That's a good point, Lord Jamal just made.
Let's deal with another question.
Of course it is.
Flat earthers.
You see how they're running off now to something else. Let's do that. Let's do that. Okay, now if we're on a spinning ball, say we're on a plane, right? Right. If it is a ball, how come the plane doesn't have to dip its nose the whole time while it's flying as to not fly off into space? And when it's time for it to land, how the fuck is it landing on a moving target? Go ahead. One more thing.
Moving on a moving target.
Also, if this shit is spinning, right?
If it's spinning at 1,037
I can't hover for an hour and come down somewhere else and be in another place because the earth should be spinning under me. And don't tell me that the atmosphere is spinning with it, because I'd have to be an enclosure for that to happen. Explain.
I can answer the question. Absolutely. Because the earth is moving. That 1,137 1/3 miles per hour is moving at rotational velocity. The earth is makes one rotation every 24 hours. The earth is moving very, very slow. This is a large, massive body of mass and density in earth and rock moving very slowly.
Still say that it's
very
you
slow.
You're still calling that slow. You're saying 1,037 is slow, God?
To your point, if we were on planes, when we are on a plane and all of us go on a plane, If the Earth is flat,
hold on, Vine. Divine in the building. Shout out to Divine.
Constantly be turning while they're flying the plane. If you go in the cockpit, you can see those steering wheels are straight as an arrow because they go straight.
Right, because we're on a plane. Because you're an airplane. Why don't you look up the word plane, God? What does plane mean? A plane is a straight line, God. A plane is a straight line.
Yeah. It's the same information.
Yeah, but y'all tell
but
me.
He gave information of like flat Earth. He believes in the globe. He just said, why doesn't a pilot have to do? And that's what we're saying. They only have to fly straight because it's a flat plane. They use.
I'm saying if it was a globe, you'd have to dip your fucking nose the whole time, and they don't do that because it is not a fucking ball.
So God, why do we all see the same face of the moon, man?
Why do we all see the same face of the moon?
What does that have to do with anything?
That has nothing to do with anything. It has
everything to do with everything.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
If we were on a flat Earth, everybody would see the moon a different way because you can't see the same face of an object if you're on one side and I'm on the other side. If the Earth was flat, we would all see a different face of the moon, a different shape at different times. But instead, no matter where you are on this planet, you see one face of the moon.
Because you're assuming that the moon is a sphere. Number one.
Look at it and see
instead of it could be a
disc. You can see it's round.
It's a disc. You don't know if it's a sphere. All you know is it's round. Now here's my point when people say shit like this, right? Now listen to this, okay? Now this is why I say so the fuck what, even if it is round, right? Here's why I say so the fuck what, right? Think of a pool table, right?
Right.
And all the balls on a pool table, right? All the balls on a pool table are round. If I'm standing on the pool table, I'm looking out. All the balls are round. Does that mean that the fucking pool table is round?
God, is that your science? Is that your science?
That means
that you're dealing with a pool table.
Assume that what I'm standing on is also round just because everything I look out and see is round? That's the fucking logic that y'all come with when you say that.
Oh God, the science is by using.
Nah, so you really didn't make no point.
Peace, Divine. Divine is in the building. Shout out to Divine.
It is.
Divine. Divine Truth.
What up, Divine? What's good, What's good?
Peace.
Hey, yo. Hey, God. What I would like to know is you traveled the world, Lord.
True indeed.
All right. Where's the edge?
Okay, here we go with this edge shit, right? First of all, they don't allow you to go to the edge. Where the edge is what's called Antarctica. Antarctica is really, there is no South Pole. Really, it's a ring that circumvents basically around our known world. So basically, it's a 300 to 400 high ice wall that holds in our waters, God. All water needs a container, God. Okay.
Always level.
And water always finds its what? It's level. Okay? Something cannot find its level on a curved surface. Okay, that's number one. Levels wouldn't even exist if we lived on a curved surface. So where is the edge? It's in Antarctica. And if you look up the Antarctica Treaty, they made a treaty where all nations made it so nobody can go there. Okay. Nobody's allowed to go there except in certain controlled aspects. You can go to Antarctica and shit like that.
Look up the Antarctic.
Here's another question. If there's a South Pole,
look up that wall he's talking about. Look up the what? What's it called?
The Antarctic Treaty.
Just ask us. You know what I mean? Then come on.
What you Google it. The Antarctic Treaty.
Why would it make no sense, God?
There are cruises that go to
First of all,
everybody.
Bro, we just said it. If they go on a controlled aspect, you can't walk around Antarctica. Look up the Antarctic Treaty. So you can't even
have one at a time. One at a time. All right, who's building?
Which one? What I'm about it makes no sense, huh?
Look how the white man has merchandised everything. If there was an edge, if there was a coast, look how there's a coast. There's hotels along every coast. If there was an edge, if there was something where you could go to the edge, you don't think there would be casinos along that edge?
Cypher God. Now Cypher God. Now Cypher. And are you really using that as your logic to say that it doesn't exist? Like, come on, God. Like that makes no sense. God.
What I'm saying that it don't exist is because nobody's been there.
They have been there, and they're not gonna let you go there. Research it, God. Research it.
That goes there.
Who's been there?
You can apply for a job there. They have cruises.
What I'm saying,
to limited parts of it. We said you can go to limited parts of it. You can't go through the whole Antarctica. Trust me. Look up the Antarctica Treaty and what it entails and how it's illegal to fucking explore Antarctica.
If you get on a plane and you go west, if you get on a plane and you go west, what I'm saying is, where's the end? Where would you end?
I got a question.
God, all they do is go in a circle. When they say, look at this, this is how they fly around the world. Okay? Look at this plate. It's like it's just going around. They're not going around like this. They're going around like this. You understand? So that's how you fly around the earth. It's like this, not like this.
So there is no north and south. There is no north and south on your flat earth.
No, and there is none on yours either, because check it out. How come all compasses point north? Even when you're south of the equator, there is no compass that points south. Even when you're south of the equator, all compasses point north. Why is that? Because there is no.
Let's get order. Let's get order. Let's get order. Let's do it.
Can you explain why it's warm on the northern hemisphere and it's cold on the southern hemisphere simultaneously?
Okay. He asked a question, Jamar. Lord Jamar.
Say that again, God.
How can you explain why there's on the northern hemisphere there's winter and on the southern hemisphere there's summer simultaneously?
Okay.
Path of the sun, God.
God,
if you look at
the path,
if the land is laid out and the sun is at this point, this part of the area will have summer. The opposite of it will have winter.
See, so are you saying, if you look at it in a like I tried to show you, like let's say with this ashtray, right? So now we know that the sun
help him out, AD.
makes its way around the outer part, and then it comes towards the inner part. And then it makes its way back towards the outer part. And then that's how you get the different seasons and all of that. And especially the middle is where the North Pole and all of that. So that when you have 24 hours of sunlight and all of that, that's because the sun is on the most inner part of the circle that we're talking about.
Can I add on, God? Yo, I've been waiting in line. Let me add
on. Go ahead, Divine.
Yo, so with your point, what you just said, Lord Jamar, how do you account for it? I like to personally see your model, because I've seen those flat earth models where the sun is making this ring on the outside. With that, when the sun is doing that, which they usually have towards the inner part of the year, how do you account for like places like Point Barrow, Alaska, that's 24 hours in darkness at that same time of the year? Is the sun changing speeds? That's what you're saying? So as well as, is the sun
actually
the earth? Is that what you're saying? That was nice. Are you saying that the sun is directly over the planet Earth?
I'm saying the sun is here with us in our atmosphere. It is not 93 million miles away. It is more like 30 miles away.
So why does it dip below
and it can be traced by something called crepuscular rays. The same way you can trace a bullet back to its foundation.
Crepuscular rays.
Okay.
Hold that up, brother.
Yeah, crepuscular rays. Okay. The same way you can trace a bullet, you can also trace the sunlight back to its source. And it ain't no goddamn 93 million miles away.
Let me ask one question for the
model.
The sun and the moon are about the same size as each other.
The sun and moon are the same size? Okay.
They're about the same sizes of each other.
Yes, and when you look in the sky, they appear about the same size.
So let me ask you this. Can you use your model to make an accurate prediction of when the sun will rise or set?
Absolutely.
Show and prove. Because I can use the current model of the sun.
God, it's the same. It's the same. It's your model Just flip the other way. See, you have the sun in the middle and everything revolving around it. Right. We have the earth in the middle and everything revolving around it. It's the same thing. It comes out the same way. You still get the sun is what's moving 1,000 miles an hour, not the fucking earth. So you're still gonna get your 24 hours in a day and all that.
It's not the same.
All right.
So let me ask you brothers one question.
Okay.
Why does it dip below the horizon when the sun sets?
All right, Divine.
It's the perception of your eyes.
Minister.
It doesn't go below.
It's a perception of the
eye.
Lord,
Listen,
Minister.
you ever look down the hallway, brother?
Yeah,
When
Minister.
you look down the hallway, it does not look like
Reality got a question for us. He said, let me ask you
a question.
Go ahead, brother.
Right, when you look down the hallway with the lights, you see how it goes down like when it goes away from you? That's the same thing with the sun. It doesn't go down. When you pull up a telescope, you can see that thing again right there. It's still within the view. Our eyes can't see that far. That's it. It doesn't dip down under no horizon. Our eyes just can't see that far.
And think of the word horizon.
What do you mean? You said our eyes can't see that far. Y'all just said it was in our atmosphere. So what is it? Is it far or is it in our atmosphere, God?
I said it's in our
atmosphere. Wait a minute. What are you
It's in our atmosphere, but it
You just
moves.
can't see it. That's why it's dark.
You have a car that will look like it's far
Let's
away.
get order. One at a time.
When something's closer to you, it's bigger.
Let me ask you one question here, real quick. How about this? Forget that. How about this? How about in the daytime sometimes when you see the sun and the moon at the same time, right?
Mm-hmm.
How could that be possible on a globe? What would the other side of the globe see? If this is the globe, we see the sun and the moon. What does the bottom half see? They don't see sun or moon.
Now, who wants to answer this?
What do they have?
I can answer. They see the
answer, please.
That's because we see those different images of the sun and the moon in different places on the earth because the earth is tilted. Because different places of the earth get different bits of the sun at different times.
Bro, listen, bro.
He just said the sun and the moon are being seen in the same place at the same time.
Only possible
over the same
because they move.
No, it's not. This is why.
They move.
This is why.
They rotate.
Then tell me this.
Yes, because they are rotating. You're right, God. The sun and moon is rotating.
Reality.
No, the sun is rotating with it.
Let me ask y'all this. So why is it that the people in the northern hemisphere can't see stars like the Southern Cross? And why is it that people in the southern hemisphere can't see the North Star? If you go to all 4 different parts of the world, you'll see
the sky is mad vast, and you see in different parts of the sky. If I'm in the middle, if you're in the middle of something,
you just missed my
you're not
point.
Necessarily seeing the whole.
Why can't we see it?
Span of the sky.
God. I can't see the Southern Cross. No matter where I stand in the north.
That doesn't mean it's under you, God. That doesn't mean that it's underneath you.
If the earth was flat, I should be able to see everything.
No, that's not
how could you see everything, God?
How could you
see everything when your eyes can only see but so far?
That's you're assuming.
Okay. Hey, yo, listen, we got some questions real quick for Lord Jamar from some super chats. Could you read them, AD? We got a couple of super chats. We're gonna read for y'all. We're gonna build on. Man, this is getting intense and it's dope. This is dope. Man, it's coming. Y'all coming with it.
I have another question. I have another question for the guard.
Hang on, we got a super chat. Somebody just
after the super chat.
Let the super chat go right now.
Okay, 1 second. I'm making a little adjustment here. Give me
want the God to get his bread. You know what I mean?
Yeah, indeed, Lord. Yeah, we trying to hit 50,000 subscribers. We real close.
Yeah. Make sure y'all like and subscribe. Subscribe.
Make sure you share this. You share this live too right now. Share it.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. Share. You know what I mean?
Share it. Yep. We on it.
Okay, so let's see. DHNJ says peace to Lord Jamar and thank you for the music. Peace to the Podcraft. Kind Hearts Media says NASA reference.
Shout out to Fourth Disciple and Carol Black.
NASA reference publication 1207, page Carol 30, Black. Section 3, concluding remarks. Flying in a stationary atmosphere over a flat, non-rotating Earth. That is from the NASA reference publication. That's from Kind Hearts.
Thank you, Kind Hearts. only reinforcing what we're talking about.
Yeah, that's Carol Black.
Okay.
Welcome to Peas World. Says 80. Can I send a link to the WikiLink moon landing? So he's sending me a link to that. We're gonna check that out.
That fake fucking Stanley Kubrick.
Yeah,
I'm sure everybody on the panel know that's fake. I'm sure we all released on that.
Yeah.
Whether you believe it's a globe or flat, I know everybody know the moon landing is fake.
Yeah, I always suggest people start with the moon landings first.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, whether you believe in flat or globe, we got to know that's fake.
Yeah. Danny Salinas says King Menk the Great. Donkey says everything is upside down. Your brain flips at peace. Homecoming Harvest says about the sun and moon reflection comment. How do you explain the total eclipse? So that can be something to be talked about. Was the eclipse later?
It's the sun, guys. It's what you think it is. It's the sun and moon are about the same size, and when they get to a certain point in the year, size, huh? they yes, about the
Definitely.
same
When
size.
You look in the side,
and they cross in front of each other and create that corona. Okay, it's very simple. It's very simple.
And the sun don't burn the moon up from that.
There is no Earth getting in the way of that, and blah 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 blah.
Here's one quick question for the panel: How come we don't have a picture of this rotating Earth? How come NASA, the great NASA, hasn't?
That would be very simple. Listen, no, they don't. They don't have one.
Oh my God, man! You guys,
give us a live stream.
You know.
Well, let's finish with the super chat.
Yeah. Then we'll do that. Then we'll do that.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, yeah, we're almost done.
It's triggering. It's triggering. I know it's triggering.
Yeah, it's some red pill stuff right here. We walk on the bottom of an ocean every day. Atmosphere. That's from DHNJ. Lewis says the mathematical formula for gravitational force is F equals GMM2 MR2F.
Anybody can make up a formula.
I know.
Also, the formula for curvature of the Earth is 8 inches by 1 mile square. So for every 1 mile, we should actually see 8 inches of curvature.
Mm-hmm. Too bad they have a real formula for curvature that you use in trigonometry, God, that we could pull up.
Yeah.
The real curvature.
A real formula. I just gave you the real formula.
No. Can you prove it? Can you make a prediction with it? Can you show me that something is going to happen? The same way that we use the formula for curvature in Newton's law of gravitation to prove when the solar eclipse is going to happen.
It's crazy. God is proud to say Newton's law. Like,
you gonna see it? See, why you
saying it with pride? Like
he got it from the Lord.
Hey, I got it.
Yo, this guy is crazy.
Do y'all even know how long this globe theory has been going on?
Killah Priest,
500 years.
When you hear this fact,
can you make a prediction with your formula, God? Can you
pseudoscience?
Go ahead.
First of all, I'm not here to be a fucking prophet. I'm here to tell you you're not on a spinning ball. Why do you want me to make predictions and shit like that? What the fuck are you talking about?
He's reading. That's what I'm saying. This is crazy. He's reading down somewhere else, bro.
Like, I'm gonna just say it. Y'all sound stupid right now.
Nah, man, he's not.
We can use the formulas that we have.
Can you make predictions? Yes, you can make predictions.
What kind of prediction? What do you mean, though?
Yeah, what kind of predictions are we talking about?
When the solar eclipse will happen, when Halley's Comet will return.
Yes, and that can only happen. That can only happen on a stationary Earth that has the stars rotating around it. You know why? You know why? Because if we were moving through space, there would be something called parallax, where we would see all the stars just crisscrossing each other all crazy, and there would be no steady thing where you'd be able to predict a star coming back around. There would be no Polaris. How can we have a North Star, which is a central star that stays still, and everything else revolves around just like it appears to do?
God, the precession of the houses, God. It's called how the stars move.
It means it's around us.
No,
around us.
God, that's how.
No, now Cypher, you cannot show and prove that.
Yes, we can.
No, you can't.
No, you can't.
No, you can't.
Are you prepared, Minister Divine?
No, he's not prepared. No, he's not prepared. He's just gonna go and say some regular schmegular fucking schoolboy shit and think that he did something.
Over matter 1, matter 2.
Facts over feelings, gentlemen. Facts over feelings.
Wait, real quick.
Well, we got
one at a time. Let's keep it. You come in. Hold on. Minister is going to prove something real quick. Get your
just go ahead, yo. Just let him get off.
All right, if you can finish reading now.
I'm listening.
All right.
We don't, there's no questions, but yeah, we can never.
That's the brother. No, the brother on the bottom. I think he wanted to say something with the Scully.
Vine. There's two Divines at the bottom. Yeah.
Answer this. Why when the sun set, right? The sun set.
We gotta get back to them.
All the way along the coast, like all the way along the East Coast, from New York all the way down to Florida, the sun sets at the same time. You can go all the way down to South America. It sets all along that line. How do you explain in the way that your sun rotates around there, how it all sets on that straight line?
Jamar,
I personally really don't understand the question.
I don't even know what you're talking about. It might appear to be like a straight line, God, but it's not a straight line.
This is what I'm saying. As we revolve, when the sun sets,
I'm not saying we're revolving. You're saying that.
I look from New York all the way down to Florida, and you can keep going down to South America. The sun is setting at the same time.
Okay, and
how do you explain that?
I can't explain it, but I can't personally explain. I'm not going to try to explain that. But so what?
Because you're saying that. Wait. I'm trying to understand what you're saying. So you're saying that on the East Coast, you're saying that on the East Coast it sets on the same time. That's what you're saying.
All along, the world is like that line is split all the way down. All the way down, it's setting at the same time.
I don't know what kind of line you're talking about, God.
You know what you're talking about, Divine. Hey, what he's saying is that, say for instance, right? You got New York, Delaware, you know what I'm saying, Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, all of them at the same time because of the Earth's rotation and the sun going across the equator. That everybody is setting at the same time, all the way down to South America. Mm-hmm. It's all setting at the same time because of the way that the Earth is rotating around the sun. That's what Divine is trying to say.
And then
how do you explain that?
That can't be true. It's not setting at the same time every year.
People in those places can confirm it, God.
What are you talking about?
New York can look at the sunrise and look at their clock and say, "Yep, this going down." We could confirm it,
right? But it's not. But the sun is moving, though, God. So my sun sets in New York.
The Earth is not moving too.
The
Earth is not moving
somewhere else.
Just the sun. The atmosphere.
We know that the Earth is moving because in the southern, hold on, bro. In the southern hemisphere, it's the exact opposite time. It's the exact opposite because the Earth is spinning. Here's the problem with y'all model. Hold on, bro. Here's the problem with y'all model.
There is no problem.
I'm gonna tell you, y'all have to use 6 to 7. Y'all have to use a different explanation for every earthly phenomenon that the model of the globe, that the geocentric, the Hellenistic model explains in one breath. We don't have to use.
Let's hang on. Let's get back to people sticking to the bottom of the ball. Hang on. Let's get back because y'all never addressed that. Let's get back to people sticking to the bottom of a fucking ball, and let's get to water wrapping around the ball and curving on a curved surface. Show me an experiment where that can be done. Show me where people
done many experiments.
Color always finds its level. It's called sea level, not sea curve.
Jamar, hold on. Let's not let him get past that. He just said water curves. Water always finds its level. What did you?
Water does not curve. Water fits its container, but it does not.
Hold on, we can't let him say this.
That's not a curve.
Yeah, that's fucking.
That's not a curve.
What the hell is that?
That's not it. Curved over a surface.
Hey, yo, you can't use that.
Come on.
Drop of water.
He's saying that's water curving.
Don't try to
he showed that's curved. No, that's curving. That shows waves, but that's
surface.
Different.
Show it
trick knowledge, God. Now you're trying to use trick knowledge, God. Show it curving over a surface and sticking to a ball. Show me a picture of water sticking to a ball, a curved ball that's spinning. Show me that.
Pull that up.
Show me that. Nah, that's not it. That's not it. That's not wrong picture.
Let me ask the brother in the red.
Wrong picture. Wrong pictures.
Why is the water curving?
Sounds stupid, God.
Let's deal with it.
Like this is disingenuous.
I was just watching this.
I just gave you a basic ass example.
Yeah, I do, God.
A basic ass scientific example.
God, let me ask you a question.
Hold on, Vine. Hold on, one at a time.
Yeah, I do, God.
Who's speaking?
I have a question. I have one question.
Go ahead, reality. What's your
question? Let me ask
question?
my question real quick.
Go ahead.
So if you guys also do believe that the Earth is spinning that fast, what about centrifugal force? Why wouldn't the water gather at the equator and shoot off there?
Rotational velocity, God.
Rotational velocity. What did that have to do with centrifugal force of the water not collecting at the equator.
Rotational velocity teaches us that an object of great mass is not going to move in the same type of speed as linear velocity. Y'all thinking straight line, and we're talking about something that's rotating.
It's getting deep.
Damn it, brother.
It's called
That's
math.
ridiculous. So you're like, you never take the account of this Earth that's spinning at all.
Why would you?
You seem to just this. You just acting like the Earth is big, so this spinning just really doesn't mean nothing. That we shouldn't. Come on, bro.
You know the foundation of horizon is
like
horizontal, right? The foundation of horizon is horizontal. Because what you see is a straight line. When you see a horizon, and the horizon always rises to the level of the observer. No matter how high you go, you're always going to see a straight horizon. That would not happen on
Can I say something real fast, Lord?
I don't care how big.
Let me say something real fast, y'all. I've been sitting here listening. Have everybody on this podcast ever been on an airplane before?
Yes.
Of course.
Yeah.
Now, airplane is moving how fast?
Yeah.
We said this already, dog.
They said that already.
No, listen to me about how fast.
Let him speak.
600 miles an hour, about 600 miles an hour.
Can you stand up in that airplane and walk all the way to the cockpit?
Yes.
Well, how fast are you moving?
Not 500 miles an hour.
Not 500 miles an hour. So if the airplane is moving 500 miles an hour, but you on the airplane are able to walk to the cockpit at roughly 5 miles per hour. Let me finish my bill, God. Let me finish my bill. Before y'all cut me off. Before you cut me off, Lord, I ain't cut you off not one time.
God.
Thank you, God. Thank you. So if you're able to get on the airplane and walk all the way at 5 miles an hour to the front of the airplane, even though the airplane is moving 500 miles per hour, how come you can't do the same thing on Earth?
Because we're not in
brother.
Come on, man.
We just said that before. That's an exposed environment.
Hold on.
That's an exposed environment.
Let me hear.
Are we in the dome?
That was good.
I just answered the question.
Yeah. Lord Jamar said he answered the question. Let's hear from
Jamar.
Because we're not in an enclosure. They're not claiming, and yes, we must be in a dome. We have to be in a dome in order to have an atmosphere and all that type of shit. Because if we are outside, first of all, how do you explain being exposed to the endless vacuum of space, yet we still have an atmosphere? Where does the endless vacuum of space start and our atmosphere begin? What is stopping that? What is the blockage that's enabling all of these physical properties that y'all are talking about? Because in order for us not to feel what you're saying, brother, we have to have a roof to this shit and then be moving. That's the only way we would be able to walk around the way you're saying on something that's moving. That's the only way.
Answer that question.
Let me answer the question real fast. You answer the question.
What's the second question?
I give him time to answer it. Go ahead, McCut.
Okay, so you asked me a question. You said, how come the atmospheric vacuum that's created by space isn't pulling all of the molecules that's on the surface of the Earth into the vacuum of space? Let me finish. That's what you said, right?
I said the atmosphere, yes.
Okay, to the atmosphere.
What's stopping it?
It's called the gravitational pull of the Earth.
And there we're back to gravity. God, that's the fucking magic sauce.
That's why we have condensation. That's why we have condensation where molecules reach a certain point and then fall back to the Earth.
You're wrong. That's not the answer. I feel like you're the type of person that just makes shit up sometimes as it goes along.
Oh my God.
But anyway, ridiculous.
What you say? Let Divine, because we didn't hear from Divine. Go ahead, Divine.
If we're in a dome, what is the dome constructed of, and who constructed it?
I don't have those answers, God. See. Right. When y'all want us to get into, I'm not going to get into science. I've never touched the dome and all of that.
Exactly.
From what I surmise, just like you've never fucking been to 93 million miles away to touch the sun, or you've never been to the core of the fucking Earth, but you believe it's there. So I don't know. I'm not sure what it's made of. I have an idea of what it could be made of, but I don't know. All I know is we are definitely not spinning. We are definitely on a flat, concave plane
stationary.
That is not
coming to you, AD, right?
What they
AD
tell
said
us
it's made out of crystal. AD said
I mean, you can always, you guys always talk about this crazy ice wall at the end of the edge of the so-called flat Earth. That to me is mythology, and you guys still have not proven that at all.
You haven't
proven
it.
You really can't. You really can't. You really can't even use that.
You haven't proven that people can walk upside down on the fucking earth. What the fuck are you talking about?
Who's saying? Okay, well, who's saying that?
Niggas is walking upside down.
You're saying that if you believe in the globe,
show and prove
because of the
show and prove that niggas is walking upside down.
You believe in the globe, that's what you believe that.
Right.
You believe that ridiculous shit that rain could go upwards? That it could rain upwards in Australia? Is that what the fuck you believe?
Let me add
hang on. I need y'all to say that on record. I need you to say on record that you believe people can walk upside down and that it could rain upwards.
I got the hammer. It's going to be said. It's going to be said. Let's put it on record.
Let's hear it. I want to hear that, Minister Freedom. I want to hear that wise guy on the left. What's your name, God? To the left? I want to hear the one all the way to the left.
I got
it. Wise guy. Say it.
Divine,
say
you
it.
believe that? You believe that? You saying that, God?
Nobody. Say it. I want to hear it.
Listen, God, listen.
You too, Divine. You believe it?
You have to be saying that. If you believe that the globe,
you can't show and prove that people can walk upside down. You can't show and prove that shit. Show me an experiment.
All right, can we prove that on this panel? Can we?
Yes.
He asked a question. Can we?
That means at one point.
I can't prove it. I can't prove it. I can't prove that we walk
upside down, on the side, and all over the surface.
All right.
So that means that somebody has to be upside down, God. Who are you? Are we upside down right now? Or is the opposite of us upside down? Who's upside down?
For one,
see, this is
it
crazy,
makes no
it's
sense.
like
one at a time.
It makes no sense.
Which way y'all going to answer that question?
There he goes with this cash.
Divine,
there he goes.
Minister.
When you're on such a big
mass.
When you're on such a big mass.
Upside down, man. Y'all.
You want to answer that? Which one y'all want to answer?
Answer the question.
All right,
go ahead. Let me cap.
All right, Big Cap.
It's not being productive right now, God.
Yeah. Well, let's let them answer the question. I just want to hear what he has to say.
Okay, so let's go back. Let's go back. I'm gonna show and prove it right now.
Let me just ask him. He just said that. If you believe in a globe, right?
Right.
Somebody has to be on the top of that globe.
Yeah.
Somebody has to be on the bottom.
No.
So
you mean no?
How do you mean no, bro?
No, there's no such thing as upside down in space, Lord.
Okay.
On, bro.
Go ahead.
There's no such thing as so everything just rights itself no matter where it's at. That's what you're telling me.
It's called magnetic. It's called
this
magnetic.
Man said,
there we go again. Let me you know what I'm saying? Let me build.
What's it called?
Hold up. First of all, when you're in space, right? There's no such thing as upside down. Upside down. Listen. Upside down occurs when you put two opposites at their point. You can understand that? But being that there is no ceiling to the earth, there's no such thing as an upside down. So when you say that, why does the water falling back down on the earth if we're upside down? That's what you putting on the earth. But the earth itself, according to the globe concept, there is no upside down. Where y'all get that from?
That's ridiculous, God.
Bullshit.
Listen, God, just take
upside
a ball.
down of what? You got to show me that the guy upside down of something.
All right, so your turn, Lord. Go ahead. Y'all.
Man.
Explain it. Go ahead, Reality.
Crazy.
Go ahead, Reality.
Here's a fucking ball right here.
See that ball right there?
There has to be a fucking here's the North Pole. Here's the South Pole. There's a top and there's a fucking bottom.
There's no top and bottom on there, Lord. We ain't talking about you in space.
Oh my God,
if you're in space, how's there a top and a bottom?
Oh, stop it.
Where's the top at, Lord? Hold on. Take your finger. Take your finger. Let me finish something. Take your finger, right?
Top of this ball, and as I
go into outer space and go to the top.
As I even get right here, I'm fucking sideways, bro. I can't fucking
sideways of what?
Like this.
Sideways of what?
I'm on the ground as I come around. I'm on the fucking ground. By the time I get here, I'm upside down.
There is no upside down, Lord.
Like that can happen
because there is no upside down.
God, you sound
what are you talking
crazy.
about?
So
there's no such thing as an upside down when you're in space.
Yeah, what up, Roger?
See that there's an upside down? Stop making shit up. There's no upside down.
Are you hearing that?
Listen, I said no.
Are you hearing that though?
First, I can't prove.
Trying to say so there's no surface.
But do you hear what he's saying?
Going
Go ahead,
from the top
and there's a bottom.
No,
So
there's
everything
no
that's
top and
in
no bottom.
space.
Here's your North Pole. Here's your South Pole.
I see
That's what y'all
I
said.
can't prove it. You say
This
that,
guy says it's on an axis.
right.
So if we're on an axis, then people,
Earth is already in space.
whoever's at the top, everybody's like this.
No,
Well, if I'm standing at
there's
the
no
top,
there's no top,
There
Lord.
is
I don't know
a
who told you
fucking
that.
top.
Somebody told you
and
that
if
there's no
I'm standing
top.
at the top, everybody's like this.
Nah, there's
if,
no top.
If New York is over here, I'm damn near on the sideways.
Sideways
if I'm
of
in
what, though?
Australia, which why they call it? Hang on.
Okay.
Why they call Australia down under? Because Australia is supposed to be down here some fucking where.
Exactly.
When niggas is walking around
That is true.
like this,
Exactly.
down under the fucking sea. Y'all never really thought about how
brother,
stupid
that's
that
what
looks.
No, Lord, I
exactly.
can make it to you. Look,
Down
real.
under.
Let's
When you
do
think
this.
about
Can
it
I
now,
use this real
you know,
fast, please?
Yeah, go
All
ahead.
right, so let me explain
Got a
something
little
to y'all.
experiment.
You might as well pull out your shield. That's a
Yeah,
flat
I'm
earth.
about to do that in a second because I
Shield
got to
out.
deflect all this bullshit.
Pull out that shield. That's a
Deflect all
better
this shit.
representation.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
It looks like what
If
they
he's
believe
saying
in,
it's
huh?
go up and
My
down,
shield,
That's a
man.
better,
Yeah.
that's a better
It
model.
looks like that.
Yeah.
Yup,
Yo,
that's how
Jay.
they think it looks, guys.
So
Okay.
look, listen, let me
I'm
build for
gonna
1
keep it real,
second.
Jay. If you're talking about a globe and he's talking about like no
Hold
up,
on, let
down,
me
they
build
can't
for a
be sides,
second.
Yeah, that's
we
ridiculous.
can't get nowhere in this
Yes,
conversation.
we can.
Exactly.
Yes, we can. Y'all
We
got to
can-
get
no,
back
we
over
can't.
here where we
There's
at
no
All right,
up
hold
and
on, let
down.
me-
and stop being over there.
All right, hold on.
Now you
what
wilding
you
with
say?
that right
All right, what
there,
you
bro.
said, reality?
Because there has to be.
I want to say
there's
everything
somebody
that
living
goes
right
up
here,
must
and
come down,
somebody's
but
living
there
here.
is no up and down in space.
There
Come
is,
on,
and I'm
bro,
gonna
you
prove it to you
sound
right now.
crazy,
Can I prove it to you?
Do you have a
That's what we need. We
Man,
need proof.
bro.
I'm gonna
All right,
prove it to you.
all right, after this, we're gonna do the super chat. Let's finish the super chat because a lot of people waiting
All
for
right.
super chats and they got questions. Yeah, let's do the questions, AD.
I bet
And
you the
finish
super
that so we can be on point.
what we're saying, and the super chats are going to have more intelligent questions. Please give me.
Oh, you got that's shots. You got to act like
All
that.
right, let's go to super chat. Go
Nah,
ahead.
you guys are getting ridiculous, bro.
All right.
Well,
We're going for that.
I think he answered it.
Substantiate any of that shit he
You
said.
think he
All
answered that?
Yeah, I think he did a good bit.
Let the
just
super
going-
chat go. Let the super chat go.
Y'all just
Y'all gonna have the time to talk and build.
all right.
Bring it.
Y'all just going off y'all
Next.
narrative, yo.
Right.
Next super chat says Antonio Chance. If there is a flat,
Shout out to Antonio Chance. That's I see chariots in the sky. He's talking about Adams
chariots
Adams.
in the sky. Shout out.
Yeah, go ahead.
it says
Earth looks surprised.
if there is a flat Earth, then it has to be two edge, a beginning and an end. Vitamin Vision says they send rovers to Mars, so why can't they take a whole picture
No,
of the
they don't.
Earth? No,
No, they don't.
he's saying this. So why can't they take a whole picture of the Earth in relation to the sun?
Right.
And that's true.
Yo, they've seen, they showed.
If
Hold
that's
on,
true,
bro.
if
Let
they
one person
go
at a time.
around Mars,
And give us
That's
a
the
live
question I asked
stream
you
of
brothers
this shit
earlier.
spinning at 1,000 miles an hour
I
with
asked the
fucking
brother
buildings
minister
on the
that earlier.
bottom.
All right.
Brother
Yeah.
Minister, didn't I ask you that earlier? I asked you that same question. If they can send rovers supposedly to Mars, why can't they give us a picture of this so-called globe spinning?
They have, bro.
No, they
Where?
haven't.
Oh my, you serious, brother?
Yeah, we can go on the NASA website and there
Hold
are
up.
CGI. And they tell you
Those
it's
are all
CGI.
composite images. Those are CGI and
Bro,
even NASA
so
will
what
tell you that.
about
Brother,
about the
come
image
on.
of the moon? So what about the image of the moon from 1968 before
It's
CGI
fake.
was invented?
That was fake. That was Photoshop.
Why
It
was
was
it fake? They
Photoshop.
didn't have Photoshop in
Yes, they
1968.
did. Yes, they
Yo,
did.
no, they did.
Yo,
Yo,
brother,
they didn't
come
have
on.
no
We have a-
Photoshop in 1960, yo. Come on, yo.
All right. Could
Y'all
you,
crazy for that.
hold on.
They had Photoshop in 1960. No, they didn't.
Minister.
Bro,
I know.
no, I'm
but
sorry,
Minister,
They had Photoshop.
let's keep it.
They were able to fucking doctor.
Come on, yo.
They
You
were able
bugging
to
out right
doctor
now,
photos.
man.
Yo,
Like,
hold
that was
on,
program
bro.
Photoshop.
Listen,
He thinks you're talking about the
Minister,
program
Min-
Photoshop.
About the
We're talking
program.
about the
Photoshop.
ability to doctor a photo, brother.
all right, Minister Divine. Minister Divine. Can you prove that they didn't have Photoshop then?
Absolutely, man. What I want to
I'm
deal
not
with?
talking about the program.
Listen, hold on, man. Let somebody else talk for a second.
All right. Hey, yo, Lord Jamal, let's go. Let's keep it.
What our motto
I
is
might as
we-
well let Lord Jamal.
What's that, brother? Brother,
Yo,
Minister?
Go ahead,
Like for real. Man.
Yo, what we have with our motto and what we can do with this
All
motto
right, you
is people
said
can
the Earth is not 93 million miles away from. You said the Earth is not 93 million
Not
miles.
93 million miles. If it was, all the light will be coming in from the side, one fucking side, like the whole shit would just be lit up. You wouldn't have sunspots in certain places. and you wouldn't have what's called crepuscular rays.
Yeah, let them explain that. Ask the brother in the red that question. What's his name, brother minister? Answer that question.
I'm not explaining shit. Y'all don't even let me talk. Answer my question, bro.
You talked a lot before. We're giving you a chance right now. All right, go ahead. Take the floor.
Every time I start talking, y'all start talking.
All right, take the floor, brother. Go ahead. It's yours.
Go ahead, Divine. Go ahead, Mrs. Divine.
Oh man,
nah, it's brother minister. Brother minister.
Yeah, what I was about to say was that what we can use with our model with things like Kepler's law 1, 2, and 3 is we can prove and make predictions on the elliptices that all planets travel, including the Earth. Yet people call it an assumption, but what we know is based off of what we've done with the hundreds of thousands of satellites that's orbiting around space that use GPS.
Where are they?
Where are they?
Give us a picture of them.
You can see them with a telescope.
No, you can't.
Yes, you can. Just like you can see all the rest of the planets that's in the solar system.
No, you
with the telescope.
No, you can't. You ain't never even looked in the telescope. If you looked in the telescope, you know damn well.
Jamar, you're wrong. I have a telescope. I have a personal telescope.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
so,
I've looked
at. What did it look like, brother?
I observed.
Do planets look like the way they show you in NASA pictures?
Not what. Come on, man. You know what, man?
Do they look like
you know what you're doing? You're using a red herring, yo. You're using a red herring fallacy, man. You're using a red herring the whole night.
Red herring?
A red herring fallacy. Look that up.
I'm about to get disrespectful.
No, that's not disrespect. I'm not disrespecting you, brother.
Why you gonna say you using red herring?
Because you diverting from the original. Yo, we're talking about. You gonna sit up here and say, have you looked at telescope?
Tell us what you saw. Tell us what you saw.
I observed the moon. I observed Jupiter. You could look at actually out here in LA. You can go to the observatory here and you do a personal. Go ahead.
Answer me this: does Jupiter look through a telescope the way that they show you in a NASA picture? Does Jupiter look the same?
At the one at the observatory, yes. You got to have a good telescope. Yes, it looks the same.
High-powered telescope.
A high-powered telescope, yes. Now, if you don't believe me, maybe you should go look into a telescope.
You said you have a telescope. Now you're saying
I have my own personal telescope. Yes, okay, but so if you want a come on, man. See, you're doing the same thing, yo. You're doing the same thing, brother. I don't have that. I don't have that telescope that I don't have a high power. Yo, I could go to the observatory. You know what? See, that's the red herring. That's the red herring.
You say you had a telescope.
Yeah, I did, but I'm saying it ain't like it ain't a high. It ain't the high. I don't have a high-powered telescope.
Yo,
you know what I'm saying?
I know.
But
yeah.
I looked out of a real telescope.
Hold on. Go ahead, Lord Jamar.
Because all they're doing is getting in the way right now.
Yeah, okay. Let's continue with your presentation. Go ahead.
Nah, but I'm saying I need some of these people just out here.
Okay. All right. So
I don't need people here right now.
Lord Jamar, if you want to share,
this is not a debate. This is not a debate.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Indeed.
Like they ain't got nothing for me. Let me just build. You know what I mean? Get them out of here, though. I don't even want them here.
All right. So I'm
you can also share your screen if you guys want to. Reality and Lord Jamar, if you want to share your screen.
Yeah, all right, all right, y'all. Yo, minister, y'all stick by whatever your piece and let Lord Jamar do his bill on his what's name. Peace, y'all. Thank you for coming through, man.
All right, yeah. Appreciate you.
Yeah, hopefully we can see you at the show and prove when we build in person.
Yeah, we'll build in person, no problem.
I see you.
Yeah, you'll see me. You'll see me, all right.
Yeah, the minister dude would come with a lot of pseudo, bro.
Listen,
that minister that's a lot of pseudo. But the problem is, like, brothers don't realize that.
With all due respect, you ain't saying nothing productive either. You got to go to God. I can't.
All right, Vine. That's my physical right there, yo. But Vine.
Oh, pardon, God. I mean, okay. All right, that's your physical. Keep him here.
Keep him.
He's not. You know, he's being very like. Oh God.
It's what
like. God, for real. All right, listen.
Yo, God.
Let's bring it back to order. Let's try to go back to order.
Yeah, well,
I minister.
Coming with no rebuttals, man.
No, minister.
You
have a
rebuttal.
I'm gonna tell you just to bounce and let him build.
Yeah, that's your rebuttal. Got it.
Go ahead, let him build, minister. And I'll hit you up later, some other time. All right.
Yeah. All right.
Please.
Yeah. Oh man.
Let me ask you a quick question, brother Jay.
Yes.
Let me ask you a question. Who's the brother on the end with the LA hat?
That's Rasul.
Yeah.
Russell,
Peace,
yeah.
Russell.
How you doing, bro?
Now, you just mentioned something about the satellites, right?
No, I didn't mention
the
the
one who
satellite.
said that?
No, I was talking about the telescope.
Who said there was thousands of satellites up there in orbit? Somebody said that before. Was that the minister?
Yeah, they have satellites that are balloons, high altitude balloons. That's how they launch the satellites. There are no.
They do have satellites. A lot of satellites. I mean,
most of our communication.
No, I didn't say it. No, I didn't say it. I wasn't talking about that.
Cables that have been under there since the fucking 50s. Okay, that's how we're using the internet and all this type of shit. A lot of this fucking GPS, this technology has been fucking around for a long time.
So exactly. And my point about that was
they've been doing it for a very long time, and it has nothing to do with satellites. You don't need a satellite.
Let me give him my bill for that.
Triangulation, huh?
Let me interject real quick on that. The reason why I was saying with the satellites, right? They're telling us that the satellites are in the thermosphere. The thermosphere right now, matter of fact, not just the satellites, they say that the International Space Station is in the thermosphere. The thermosphere gets to about 2,500 fucking degrees hot. How the fuck would they launch satellites and the ISS in an atmosphere that is that fucking hot? And then they act like astronauts are getting out of the International Space Station and fixing it in 2,500 degree heat. How is this possible? That's what I'm saying. So there is no satellites or no space station in the thermosphere. It's impossible. That's just what I'm saying. So all that shit they tell us about satellites, that shit's all fake.
What causes all that heat? The little bitty sun that you said that we have? what causes all that?
First of all, heat.
Why
really
does it matter if the sun?
It's about the atmosphere, okay? It's about, we are in a lower, more dense part of the atmosphere.
The nonsensical stuff like that, those crazy.
The sun heats the molecules of this atmosphere, and that's why we feel heat. If you notice, the higher you get in a plane, it gets colder, right? Why isn't it get hotter if you're getting closer to the sun? Think about it, God. It's because that part of the atmosphere is thinner. It's less dense. And there we go, back to density and all of that. It's
so
less,
when does it?
It's not necessarily the sun is the heat necessarily. The sun is activating things to cause heat.
Okay, when does it go back up to 2,500 degrees? That, like the brother just said, that you know that they can't operate in the 2,500. What you know?
That's in the thermosphere, brother. That's the thermosphere. That's the fourth layer of the atmosphere, right?
And that's what they're saying about the atmosphere.
And that's what they're saying. That's their definition. They're telling us, listen, if you go to their books right now, right, they'll teach us that the thermosphere gets to 2,500 degrees hot. But yet they're also telling us that they're putting the space station and satellites in the thermosphere, which gets 2,500 degrees in heat. You understand my point here, brother?
There are no metals that are withstanding that.
There's only 5 metals on the
ships are made of
can withstand that type of heat.
That are in that.
They tell us that these things are made of aluminum, Kevlar. So how is it possible? That's my question. How did they do that? Just to have satellites
back in the
space station in the thermosphere that they're teaching us that gets 2,500 degrees hot. So how is that possible?
That they went through it.
I'm making. I'm going according.
They said that they went through it.
You saying that that's what they're teaching us? Okay, so what is the actual temperature, and how do you know it?
See, I don't.
Brother, you're not getting the point. My point is that, brother, listen to my point I'm making. They're telling you, right, that they have satellites in orbit, right?
Okay, I understand what you're saying, son.
But they're telling us that these satellites are in the thermosphere. But they're also telling us that the thermosphere is 2,500 degrees. So which one is it? Do they have satellites there?
Now I'm asking you. And I'm going
to say, when you ask certain...
Hold on, let me deal with the guard. He said that that's what they're telling us. Okay. Right. So now, I assume that you mean that there's false, that they're lying, right? Because that's what you said. Well, so what is the actual?
What I'm saying is that if they're telling us that it gets that hot, that they can't, it got to be one or the other.
Why you keep telling me what they're telling us?
This is what I'm saying.
Okay.
2,500 degrees, or there can be satellites. It can't be both. It can't be that hot, and then they have satellites in that when it's that hot in a space station. You understand my point? It don't be one or the other. So either it ain't that hot, and there's satellites, or else something don't match up. You understand what I'm saying? Something don't match up. If it's 2,500 degrees.
Question right there. What the real temperature is? That's not something that I can tell you. I ain't been out there. That's why.
What is your rebuttal to that? There's nothing to rebut.
And we're saying that
we got more super chat. That's it. There's nothing to even argue about.
Satellites shouldn't be able to exist in that temperature.
That's it. That's all I'm saying. Satellites shouldn't be able to exist.
Well, Lord Jamal, hold on, bro. All right, Lord Jamal, let's finish with the super chat so we can get them out the way. Actually, there's people that asking some more questions. Okay, this is really good, yo. I mean, go ahead.
All right, let's see. Going back here, where were we?
AD kind of quiet. This is flat earth right here.
They're holding it down. They're doing good by themselves. They're all right.
Because, the God minister was just trying to come in as if he's some scientific expert spouting all the white man's sciences.
No, it's pseudoscience, and it's ridiculous.
It's all pseudoscience. You got to understand. Nobody still explained how people are sticking to the bottom of the earth, and please stop saying there is no bottom.
I know, come on, that's even crazy.
Are we going to explain that?
If you let me, I explain it. I've never
heard in my life.
We got somebody ready to explain that.
Simple.
Okay, but you can't explain anything about space when no one's been in that environment. How you gonna talk about space?
All right, super chat real quick, man.
So, Cash Hound says, blessings. If the world is round, how does water curve?
Thank you. How does water curve?
Mr. T says, Lord Jamar, explain why we have the same gravitation on all sides of the globe.
No, why do we have
the hell does that mean?
Gravitation? What does that even mean?
There is no gravity.
Yeah, I think.
Listen, brothers, we have to stop teaching gravity like it's a fact. If you even Google gravity, it says it's a theory.
It says it's a theory.
We've been
right now.
Google it.
It's a theory.
It's true.
They've been teaching it like a fact.
How you say it's true? You can't even Google it.
I'll Google it for you, but it's
Google it right now. It's the theory of gravity. It's called the theory of gravity.
Kind Hearts Media.
It's not a fact.
Says that
they've
also
been teaching it as a fact, though, but it's not a fact.
Let's Google it.
Okay.
All right, let's go get through it. Go ahead.
Yeah, let's get through it. Okay, next up. Peace. Nyasha Champ says, peace, family. My question is for Lord Jamar. According to the flat earth theory, are we in outer space?
Listen. See, we keep thinking of shit wrong. Like, no, we're not in outer space, I would say. We are the middle of all things. Like when they say, damn, you act like the earth everything revolves around you, because it does. It really does revolve around.
Just hit the bomb.
You know it did. You know that was going to happen. You know AD going to bomb. All right, hold on. Go ahead.
What I think may be outer space, okay, if I'm going to be honest with you, I can't prove this right now, but what I think may be outer space is water. Okay, what you call outer space is really water. There are waters above. They speak about this in the Bible, God. When they talk about, first of all, they talk about in the Bible when they speak about a firmament.
They talk about the primordial waters
and the waters below. Okay, so now, listen, please don't do the laughing shit, God.
All right.
Yeah. This is serious. Come on.
Niggas try to do that.
Anybody doing that? Anybody laughing at you, man?
Go ahead, let's keep going,
man.
What I'm saying is
man.
It's fucking funny.
No, it's not funny. Ain't nobody funny. I'm just go ahead.
You basically not laughing at. All right. So anyway, but see, I don't like to get into the shit that I can't prove.
Right.
I can't prove that it's water. That's just upon my research. That's what I'm led to believe. Just like I'm led to believe, like the brother said, yes, the firmament may be made of some sort of crystal or something like that. But I don't know that. What I do know is we are not fucking spinning. I know that water cannot get to a curved surface as it spins. If water is on a ball, right? Look at any experiment with, let's say, a tennis ball soaked in water. Okay. Mm-hmm. As you spin the ball, what's going to happen is all the water is going to gather to the center of the ball.
Bro, I said it before. What's that called? Centrifugal force. That's what I was saying.
That's what's going to happen to water on a spinning ball. It doesn't magically, and they'll say, oh, because of the Earth's inner core. First of all, the furthest they've ever dug is 8 miles into the Earth. So how the fuck do they know what the inner core of the fucking Earth is? See, again, we're taking on face value, and that's part of the problem too. We took the white man's science on face value.
Good song.
We took the white man's science on face value.
The proof that there's a core.
Hold on, let him finish building, Lord.
Okay.
Go ahead. What you were saying?
We took the white man's fucking science on face value, thinking that he knew. Thinking that he really knew, but he don't
say that too.
Right.
I agree with that. I did say that.
Now, can I
500 years ago, God, let me just say that all cultures before 500 years ago knew that the earth was flat and it had a dome. It was represented like that in ancient Egypt with Geb. It was represented like that in Hebrew, in Samaria, all that type of shit. It was only until 500 years ago with Copernicus and these motherfuckers.
Nicholas Copernicus. Google that name.
And all these type of motherfuckers who claim
Divine, Google that, Divine.
Look up Copernicus. These were the
blackers. I just want to make sure. Google that one. His name is Nicholas Copernicus.
They don't have your mind.
He's the devil who started spreading that heliocentric.
All this Big Bang theory and all this.
Let's Google Copernicus.
Now, but
Nicholas Copernicus.
The proof that the core of the earth is molten rock is volcanoes.
No, it's not.
It's not.
That's not. That ain't no proof.
I mean, it's not just because you say it's not.
And it's not because they say it is.
Exactly.
Because they say that that's coming from the core of the earth. Does that make it true? Or are you just taking it on face value, God?
Face value,
God. Do you know for a fact that that's coming from the middle of the earth? Do you know that for a fact, God? Have you yourself traced that fucking lava to the fucking middle of the earth? No, you haven't.
Yeah, okay, you right about that. I haven't traced
I know I'm right, God. I know I'm right.
That's real. You see what I'm saying? We take a lot
as long as we're able to be real with ourselves like that, and not get in our feelings and be like, because some motherfuckers will be like, yes, I have. Like they just want to win the fucking argument so bad. And they'll be like, yes, I've been to the fucking core of the earth, God. Like, knowing damn well you ain't been to nobody's fucking core of the earth.
I'm saying, but that's the explanation of volcanoes.
Right.
What would be yours?
I mean, that there's some hot rock on somewhere lying within the earth. That doesn't mean it's at the middle of the fucking earth. And it's creating some sort of magnetic thing that pulls all things in towards it. Like, even if it was made of molten rock, that still doesn't mean that it's creating this force, this imaginary force.
Is the moon?
Hold up. We don't believe in a mystery God, but we believe in gravity.
I listen to this.
That is the mystery God.
That is the mystery God.
Does the moon revolve around the earth?
Yes. It is the yin and the yang of the sun. The sun and the moon are doing the yin and yang dance, God.
What holds the moon? What holds the moon in its path? What keeps the moon from leaving the earth's
the same thing that the dome. Forget the dome. It would be magnetism. I believe the reason why they spin is like a battery. It's electromagnetism, God. They both work off.
Make no sense, Lord. Come on, Lord.
What do you mean it don't make no sense?
It don't make no sense because you just said electromagnetism, Lord. But you got to explain that. Why are they above the surface of the earth but hasn't dipped or swayed?
Because I just said electro. Do you know what electromagnetism is?
True indeed.
I know exactly
what electromagnetism is. And that shit that you saying is not electromagnetism.
What?
I said the shit that you saying is not electromagnetism.
Why,
bro? These questions are straying off anyway the path of a flat earth. If you ask me,
no.
We're starting to come into speculative type of questions.
That's not electromagnetism.
Okay, reality. Okay, reality. Yeah, let's bring it back. Let's bring it back. Flat Earth.
Let's bring it back to flat. Let's get
all right. Let's bring it back to flat Earth.
Because we can talk fantasy all night.
Okay, got you.
That's what I'm saying. Is like what I'm saying is like we don't have gravity, but there's some kind of magical force that holds the moon in revolving.
No.
Listen, all right, brother.
Electromagnetism is not a magical force. That's something that I can do right now. I can take two magnets and make one hover. That's electromagnetism.
That's real shit. That's something you can do in your house.
I can perform that in front of you.
You can do that in your house.
It's the shit that you're saying gravity can do that you can't perform for me. You can't make a motherfucker stick to the bottom of a ball. You can't make water stick to a curved ball. I can do everything that I'm saying, that I can create a flat earth model and show you how it works and all that.
No, you still ain't proved that about the sun and the moon, Lord. You said that that the sun and the moon is moving on a yin yang track, and that's because of electromagnetism. Hold on, let me finish. Yes. Now, electromagnetism, which one? How is that possible?
Because the earth gives off there's the North Pole. There's the pole in the middle that gives off electromagnet. That's why all compasses point north. Okay, because the electromagnetic, they say there may be, they talk about that black rock that everybody circles around, and the Kaaba and all that. There may be a black rock in the middle and the North Pole.
It may be.
Is the magnetic.
We're going on maybes now.
God, you're serious of maybe shit.
No, that's what you just said, Lord. You said maybe it may be a big
copper
rock in the center of the earth. That's electromagnetic.
Basically, you can't explain it. You can't explain.
We can't
really explain what's
the earth and the moon is going up there because of
reality.
That's what it is.
Hold on, y'all. Let's have this. Y'all got y'all smoking or y'all whatever y'all drinking. We're gonna have a tea break right now. This kind down. We build while we doing it.
Right.
Remember, everything's long as we stay productive, and I'm learning, yo. Yeah. I'm not gonna front, and knowledge is being brought to the forefront, and that's what it's about. We're supposed to have these discussions like grown-ups. And as long as we stay on a right path, no one's been disrespectful. Let's just keep it on a beautiful level like it is. And let's just keep open our mind. Lord Jamar, you're doing a beautiful job. Makepera of reality. And thanks for bringing it back to the flat earth thing, because we was it was some stuff. I was like, man, we're going into the trilateral fairs and the spheres.
Yeah, we're going somewhere else.
Yeah, exactly. So whatever you
into this subject, people want you to answer everything. Like,
we don't have all the answers.
I don't have all the answers for every goddamn thing. We need to now come up with that. But you definitely don't.
Maybe you ain't qualified to speak on the flat earth, then, man. Maybe you ain't qualified to speak on that if you ain't got all the answers.
I'm definitely qualified.
You qualified to speak on it, and you just said you ain't got the answers, brother.
And I don't have the answers.
You don't have all the answers. All right. Well, you should have all the answers.
Nobody does. Listen, nobody does. You don't.
Yeah.
You don't agree with it. Because as soon as
what's the undersurface made of?
See, you're going into other shit that.
I mean, that's a simple.
Let me just make a statement, right? Let me make a statement real quick. Let me make a statement that I think is very important for us, especially as for the gods. Okay, first of all, I love this nation just like anybody else. I done brought motherfuckers to this nation. I done scientifically put a group together and all of that to make knowledge born of this nation and all kind of shit like that. So, first of all, I don't want my loyalty or anything like that.
I see you out there.
Secondly, I know that this is upsetting and shocking, especially to the gods, right? Because
go ahead, Lord.
We fucked around, right? And based our whole life cosmology around something that, I'm sorry, was not right. So when you put yourself as I'm the sun and I'm the foundation, everything revolves around me. And now you find and you use that, and a lot of gods use that to oppress their fucking earth. Let's keep it real. A lot of you gods use that to keep their woman down. You gotta listen to me, and I can have other women because there's 9 planets in the universe, and I can have.
Hey, he froze up as soon as you started building about the gods.
Oh yeah. Unfreeze the Lord.
The Lord has been frozen.
Yeah. Indeed.
So God working in mysterious ways, yo.
Lord Jamar.
That was frozen.
Frozen. Yeah. It's like this.
Stop it. Stop.
Yo, go ahead. You can finish reality. The God unfroze.
Yeah. Divine, what you want? Let's build Divine.
He done froze up a little. Hold on.
I want to build
there you go. He's back.
Hold up.
I ain't never been under there. I don't know because all I know is
he was going in. He was going in though.
8 miles into the earth.
Hold on, let me
Hold up.
Fine, I was saying that I don't know. All I know is that they've only went 8 miles as far as they ever went.
Wow.
8 miles down.
Isolation.
So past that,
it's like you dropped the jewel.
You know what I'm saying?
He dropped the jewel, though, guys. He dropped the jewel.
No way, God. No way, man.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh, Brother Jay. Okay. Shout out to Brother Jay is in the building. Hold up.
Oh, he's calling up.
Shout out to Brother Jay. Oh, no, it's Brother I'm here. Okay. Tahuti's in the building. Tahuti's in the building. All right. Reality, what you saying?
Oh, yeah, I was saying Divine. I said as far as that, the undersurface, as far as they've only went 8 miles down as far as anybody's ever dug. So past that, I really can't answer. I don't know. They've only went 8 miles down. That's as far as anybody's ever dug into the core.
Okay. Well, are we attached to something, or there's nothing? I mean,
I can't answer that. Me personally, I can't answer that because I don't have the means to get like far enough away from this planet to like look down and see. So I can't answer that type of question.
Well, you know,
I just know that we're flat, not spinning. But as far as like
the photography, you don't believe the photography that's been taken when they like.
Hell no, I don't believe that photography because they tell you it themselves that photography is composite images. They tell you that themselves, so it's not something that I'm making up. They're releasing these images.
Well, you know,
telling you that they're composite.
You guys already made one mistake when you try to use reverse science and say that there's mass and then there's no gravity when you need gravity first, then mass. That's a scientific fact. I'm talking to
who you talking? Yeah.
I'm just saying this to you because when y'all say, well, there's mass, and then you turn around and say, well, gravity is a theory, but you can't have any mass without gravity, brother. This is a scientific fact.
Why not?
What do you mean, why not?
Why can't you have mass without gravity?
Because mass is not a force. It's not a force. It's not a force, brother.
What's not a force?
Gravity is a force.
One person at a time. Let's do it.
Hold
on. Listen. Let's do it with order.
Okay.
Go ahead, ask the question. Answer his question.
But, because like I told you, gravity is not gravity is a force, and it's not a particular mass. It's a force. You need when a force holds things. Mass is what's there to hold it together, really. Go ahead. That's what it really is. You got to get you.
He froze into
like all the other
somebody said gravity ain't real. You gotta prove that.
Hey, stop worrying about that.
If there's no gravity and you saying that everything is spinning, anything that's spinning would be going out, there would be no surface to nothing. Exactly. It's like the moon would have no surface, the other planets would have no surface. It's like, you know what I mean? If there's no gravity and there's nothing holding nothing onto these.
Yo, wait, hold on. Yo, Priest, pardon, Priest.
Yeah,
said send him the link again.
Yeah, D. He dropped the jewel and froze into the. Yo, that was hard.
Send him the link.
Tell him that was the illest I ever seen in my life.
Well, I'm saying, if there's no gravity, how do you explain all the surfaces on all these other spheres out there, on the planets and the moons out there? They have surfaces.
No, listen, brother.
Tahuti in the building. Come on,
Divine, my brother.
Yeah.
You don't know that to be a fact. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Let's not go with that because you have no idea.
Let's
those planets have.
Let's take over the finish and then answer.
Here, you have never been there, so let's not even touch that.
Just do it with order, y'all.
That's what they told us. They told us that there's other planets have surface. We have no clue. When I've seen the pictures of these planets through the telescopes, they look like flickering different lights. They don't look like what they showed me, like any land. And you Google them yourself. Like Google pictures of the planet, and you'll see what. Look at the videos, and you'll see they're flickering.
Yeah,
it doesn't look like anything you can step on. So I've never been there. No one could ever say anything about the surface of any other planet because no one's ever been there. So we can't talk about that. We have no clue. This is what they told us. They told us these planets look like this, that, and the third. Who the fuck knows that? That's bullshit. They ain't never been there.
Yeah, okay. Well, here's another thing that y'all mentioned. There's another thing that you mentioned.
I never been to the bottom of the ocean.
You mentioned that
hold on, y'all talking over each other. One at a time. Go ahead.
Yeah,
I've never been to the bottom of the ocean, but the bottom of the ocean is there, brother.
And you could, but that's provable. You can't prove it because how do you know it's there? But it's there, but you can't prove what a planet of like. You can't prove what Mars is like. How you're speculating? That's all speculating. You see, these are belief systems. I don't want to deal with belief systems. I want to deal with just can be proven. You see what I'm saying? I understand where you're coming from because I was there one time. I believe in all their belief systems, but you can't prove it. I only want to deal with what can be proven nowadays. So all that other shit is like speculation. Oh, that we don't have no clue if you can walk on Mars. You have no clue, and neither do I. I'm not trying to speculate.
And you can prove that the Earth, that the sun and the moon are the same size?
Well, through my eyes, I can see it. You can see it too. When you look in the sun in the daytime, you see the size of it. When you see the moon, you see the size of that. They look like the same size, brother. They've only told us through fucking school that the sun is majorly huge. They look like the same. Next time you look at the moon, take a look at the moon tonight. It looks pretty full. Look at the size of it and look at the sun tomorrow. They look exactly the same size.
The size of the moon changes because
we got Tahuti in the building. What's Tahuti?
Well, all right, but talk about a full one. All right, we'll only talk about a full moon now.
Hold on. Let me say this, son. The size of the moon, it changes. Sometimes it's a little moon. Sometimes the moon is big as like, big as a grapefruit. You know what I mean? Because the distance changes. That's why the sun and the moon can seem like the same size if the distances are different. That's why if the sun,
like I said, they're both rotating.
Look, if the sun is millions of miles further away from the moon, it would appear the same size.
I had to read
something. Do you really believe, God? Let me ask you a question, Divine. Do you honestly believe that the sun is 93 million miles away from the Earth?
Yo, reality.
Yes.
Reality.
Yeah.
I just sent it to his cell and his email, so tell him it's there.
All right, he should jump in. He said he's resetting his. He just sent me a text. He reset his modem and all that.
All right, peace.
So listen, here's something for you. If the sun was literally 93 million miles away, everything would be light. The whole sky would be lit up. How the fuck would it just send just a beam? Is it a spotlight that it's just sending a beam 93 million miles away? You feel what I'm saying? It would light up the whole thing. Everything that's in its path would be bright.
This is what I'm saying. That's what explains why the Earth has to be round, because it would be no dark. It would if it was a flat Earth, the way light works, it would never be a dark. It would never be a night.
Of course there would. Of course there would, because the Earth is still flat but round, right? It's still round. So that sun still goes. So when it's on a different part of the round, if it's over here, the part over here is going to be dark. The moon will be here, and they'll switch just like that, like it does now in the sky.
Now,
we gotta break Tahuti on. We gotta break Tahuti in.
Light ain't just in. Not the light of the sun. The light of the sun is going all the way out
over here, brother.
The furthest planet.
Yeah.
The light of the moon, the light of the sun is going all the way out to the furthest planet. The only thing that's dark,
let me ask you a question.
The only thing that's
listen.
In our solar system, let me finish my sentence, God. The only thing that's dark in our solar system is things that's faced away from the sun.
Let me tell you something, brother. You're dealing with speculation again, like I said. You're dealing with a belief system. No, yes, because you can't prove it, brother. If you can't prove it,
I know.
Divine, God, listen. If you can't prove it, it's speculation. It's a belief system. You feel what I'm saying? You're talking about space that you've never been to, and neither have I. So you're giving me a belief system and speculation, brother. You can't tell me what's out in space. Come on, bro.
Oh, shoot.
How are you telling me what's in space?
All right.
You see what I'm saying? So let's just deal with that. Like that's what I'm trying to say. I don't want to deal with the belief system because that's your belief. You believe that in space, then all that. I don't believe that.
I don't believe that light ends. I believe that light I know that light don't stop. You know what I'm saying? I
never said it stops either. But I know that the sun is not 93 million miles away from us. I didn't say the light stopped. It traveled.
You know that.
Now you said
So,
this.
man, how you know that?
Let me ask you this. Because Lord Jamar made a statement. He said that this went all the way back, even to Kemet and then the Sumer, and that they taught that the Earth was flat, and then until
the Mayans,
Parnica and the Mayans, and you said Parnicus.
Copernicus. Nicholas Copernicus.
Okay, Nicholas. Okay, he's the one that brought in the science of the
heliocentrism.
Okay. All right.
And that was about, I believe the dates was like 1507 was when he started spreading this propaganda.
Okay. Hey, do you have your tea or whatever you're drinking? Because I
got some water. I'm gonna grab another little water. Real
right,
quick.
we're doing a tea ceremony right now for everybody in there. Yo,
okay, 1 second.
We got Tahuti coming in, so we're gonna bring you in royally. Peace, my brother. What's good? We gotta give his intro. So everybody who's watching, man, this is going down right now. We got your super chats. We see it. I see Doc in there, Divine in the building. Word. Yeah, what you drinking? You got some tea? Some or your weed, whatever you're doing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna pour mine. We got McKepper in the building. Sue, AD, what you drinking?
Ice mocha latte. You know what I'm saying?
All right, we have. Oh man, it's on. It's going down. This is going down. Lord Jamar is coming back in the building. Let's toast up.
I had to calm things down. You don't mind that he glitched, did you? Do you?
No. Oh, you did it. That's what. Yo, every time he comes,
peace. Who's the brother? Who's the brother in the middle?
This is Tahuti. You can explain yourself. He's
Tahuti, peace, my brother.
He can't hear you yet. He doesn't wear headphones too often, but
okay.
He said
another
peace.
bean. Yeah, he did.
He said peace to you.
Oh, peace.
Yo, you got a voice like Knife Prince. You ever met Knife? RZA brother?
Huh?
You ever met? You remind me of Knife Prince, RZA brother.
Oh yeah, no, I never met him.
Yeah, sounded like.
Okay. Well, you gotta splash me, bro.
Oh yeah, I got you right here. Boom, here, pour. All right, yo, this is for everybody keeping it knowledgeable. Yo, brother, that's Lord Jamar's physical right there. That's
reality,
right? So if y'all didn't know, reality is Lord Jamar.
Peace.
Physical, young and physical. And Lord Jamar's coming back in. And toast to everybody. Everyone, AD, what you drinking? Manna?
I'll drink some.
We in there. We see he got the snake. You see the real snake on?
I'll drink some water.
Vine, you got my message? You still there? You still?
Yeah, I'm here.
You got the.
You out. Yeah.
Yo, see, shout out to C. He says the planet and the stars are wormholes. The sun is in a projector that's created this own. Yeah, I love it, Santos Bonacci. Yo, you know, when you start building on these levels, you're gonna get everybody up there. You know what I'm saying? Word, they'll tell you. You know what I'm saying? My eye is a Virgo. Everything we go. Yo, shout out. Yo, shout out. Yo, Lord Jamar, peace, Lord. You back from the
peace to God.
Peeked out real quick.
Yeah.
Shout out to we had a disturbance. It's kind of
disturbance in the force.
Yeah. But you back now. Can't wait. Yo, this is Tahuti in the middle. So we do our tea ceremony right here. You can blow on your trees or whatever. And salute to you, brother. And reality, you can say the peace since to Jamar brother. Peace. Word.
Peace.
Hey, do you throw the music on? Yeah. Peace. And then to everybody home. Yo, shout out to y'all. Y'all burning y'all CBD or your THC. You know what I mean? Or you just drinking your tea. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I
like that.
Home for y'all, man. It's THC. This is THC.
Yeah.
You have on a T-shirt. However you doing it, man. Peace. Lord Jamar back in the building.
Peace.
Fire burn. It's on and popping, yo.
You hear me now?
Yeah. I told you last time I texted it was
man, they try to hate on me. I don't know, man.
On like applesauce. Who said they tried to hate on him?
Somebody was hating on you?
Internet just like yo, this shit is yo.
Yeah.
Don't want me to say
too cold. Frozen the night. Yeah. Stiff as
going in.
Frozen.
He was going in, huh? He was going all the way in, and
stiff as if
somehow
yeah. Shout out to everybody in there, man.
It happens sometimes.
Great
Don't
Lord
worry.
Jamar. Speak on the God.
The God.
Boom,
Great Lord Jamar, the
right
God.
here.
Set up.
You know what I mean? The Lord.
Yeah. Yo, not Ali Mo. It was somebody that was
and let me just tell you, Graham Poobah is a flat earther too.
Oh,
yeah.
Graham Poobah.
Yo, bro, all you gotta do,
yeah.
all you gotta do is put on your critical thinking cap.
Graham Poobah, yo, can we get
hold on, man.
Yo, you know, let me tell you, y'all was my favorite group, man. But
Graham Poobah, he done corrupt.
Graham Poobah.
Why wouldn't he be? He's a logical brother.
We was building on it separately. He came on into it. I didn't even know he was building on it.
Wow. True master. Shout out to exactly. Shout out to
True master.
It's spreading. It's spreading. Am I going to be converted?
You'll
never be converted amongst us.
Hold up.
Sure you will. What you need, dog?
Yeah.
Every time I go in, they keep pulling me back. All right, but now it's like, okay, I got Tahuti here. Hey, Lord Jamal, real quick, who put together Brand Nubian? Real quick, how y'all form that, Lord?
That's a great question. Yeah.
All right, well,
musical. Perfect. Then we get back to it.
Poobah is the OG.
Yep.
He had the group.
Yes.
So the little young guard that's like running with them, they doing their shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm going to shows and hanging out and all that type of shit. Now I'm secretly wishing that I could be in Master of Ceremonies. You understand what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, this shit would be dope if I was in the motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But whatever, I'm happy just to be around this shit. I definitely would have wanted to be down.
Right.
So whatever, they broke up. It's kind of like because he was already working with me and X separately on some solo shit.
Right.
We just talking. He's just thinking about some moves, and I remember suggesting like, "Yo, you know what would be dope? Me, you, Derek X. Like that was like some all-star.
Wow.
That was damn near like some Wu-Tang shit, like for New Rochelle, like but only with 3 dudes. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Like I felt like we was like the 3 best ones in New Rochelle at that time.
So you saw the vision.
Yeah.
That's dope, Lord. Wow.
Because Dottie was, I just knew it was like 3 different, you know what I mean?
Indeed.
And he was just like, you know what? That's, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yo, let's
do
it. Yo, God, we shared blunts. Ran from there. Like, city.
Peace to the God Kenyatta in the building. Sincere 13th Life Allah in the building.
Talking about
Brownsville.
Yeah. Y'all used to, y'all came down here with the leaders of the new school.
Ooh, that's a dope show. That sounds like a dope show.
Richmond used to be popping. But that was where Ivory's was there, right? Yeah. Indeed. Remember Ivory's? Look at the smile he got on his face. Indeed. Ivory's was one of those type of spots. Put a smile on your motherfucking face. Oh yeah. 3 floors.
Boom. Boom.
So back to this thing.
All right, let's get it. Let's get in it. Part 2. Let's go. Are we on the flat earth?
So as I said earlier, foundational word of horizon. What's the foundation of horizon?
The horizon. You mean horizon is where the sun begins to set.
Oh, you said
horizon. The word horizon comes from horizontal.
Horizontal, yeah, my fault, yeah.
Combined with rising, so horizon.
Horizontal is something that's straight across. When you talk about an airplane, when you talk about a plane is a straight line. When you talk about sea level is something that is level, straight line.
Oh shit.
We don't have C curve. We don't have curvising. We don't have curves that we fly in. We fly in airplanes. You know what I mean?
I got you.
In this plane of existence. They call it a plane of existence.
I hit you right there. Yeah. All right. Good. Pardon me, Lord. That was honor. All right. Yeah. You said peace.
Oh, honor, peace. So yeah.
And remember, you were saying before you got caught off, and you went into the, and you were saying something about the gods and the lessons before you got caught off.
Yeah, I was just saying it's uncomfortable because it takes you, you know, for some people it's like, well, now either you got to accept that the earth is in the center and all things revolve around the earth, or you're going to have to put yourself now in the place of the earth. And motherfuckers don't want to do that because you already said the woman is the earth. You know what I mean? But at the same time, you don't want to, if she's the earth and all things revolve around the earth, well, then what does that mean? You see? Like, and that's why a lot of the gods have a problem with this concept, because it fucks up. It almost takes away their power because it was all based around what they thought the cosmology was.
Right.
And unfortunately, the only reason why we believed in that cosmology is because came through the lessons. We believe that Farrar.
Your frequency,
a lot of us
Lord.
believe that Farrar. Believe that Farrar was God, like, you know what I mean, and that he had God knowledge, and that the knowledge he was giving us was some supreme shit. But no, that knowledge was some shit that he learned in the schools back in fucking Pakistan, where the fuck he was from. Like, that's all it was. Like, that was the knowledge of the day.
When everyone was
million, that was shit that you could find in encyclopedias of the day, and the spinning of the earth, that's just standard fucking European knowledge. And we took that on face value because here we are coming from a low existence. We took these calculations and this knowledge, and it gave us a certain self-esteem and being able to quote, you know, how far the sun was from the earth. That was all exciting and all of that. Yes, but proper education, a law, correct error, facts over feeling. If we take the crepuscular rays and trace them back, we trace them back, and I show and prove just through tracing back the rays that it's impossible for this shit to be 93 million miles away. We're either going to accept that or we're going to have what's called cognitive dissonance. And that's what a lot of people have, is cognitive dissonance, because they don't want to fucking accept the truth when it's presented to them. And they'll come with all kind of shit, pull all kind of shit out of their ass that they never even thought of, and just try to come up with excuses to try to win the argument instead of really opening their mind and their heart to the information and saying, hang on, I never really thought about it like this before. Y'all still didn't answer where the 1,000 miles an hour winds are and all of that. Talking about the mountains. That's a ridiculous, that is not a fucking good answer. And you know it's not a good answer.
You prove that the sun is closer than that. What calculations did you use to prove your distance?
Well, how far is the distance? Yeah, how far is the distance from the sun to the earth?
30 miles.
About 30
miles, God. It's about 30 miles in the sky, God.
That
sounds funny, I know.
So
you could see the sun when you're in a plane.
Cruising altitude isn't 30,000.
93 million miles away.
Huh?
Take your senses away again. Does it look like it's 93 million miles away? Like, just as when you're looking at it, does it look? Be honest. Does it look like it's 93 million miles away?
Speed
Look like it's 93 million miles away?
Yes.
You're gonna say yes?
Yes.
Just to win an argument. All right. This
does.
is why I can't be productive. God.
It does. And how do you deduct that, Divine? How do you deduct that it looks 93 million miles away?
Be productive because motherfuckers don't want to say the real shit.
Now,
No
that's
damn
real,
well,
Divine. How do you deduct
damn
that?
well that shit don't look like it's no fucking 93 million miles away. You just said that.
Because according to gravity, things have to be massive.
Here we go again with your mystery god.
Now listen what I'm saying. Now I like y'all ask me a question. I'm going to answer it according to what I believe or to what I
go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? Now, if gravity is by something massive, the sun would have to be way more massive than the earth. So anything that's way more massive than the earth, of course, it would have to be that far away for you know what I mean, for us to see it. It would, you know what I mean? Anything that massive, if it was only 30 miles away, it would be overwhelming. It would burn it. It would, you know what I'm saying? If I believe it to be that massive.
Well, that's because you took for their word that it's such a massive size. That's why you think that the thing is this massive, huge. That's why you're saying that.
Let me shit on that assumption right there. So say according to their gravitational. They say that in outer space, there's gravitational pull, right? And that bigger things pull smaller things towards them. And it pulls them into their gravity, right? That's part of gravity, right?
Yep.
Should attract little things. So how come, God, you don't have a bunch of pebbles rotating around you right now, God? You're a big thing compared to pebbles and little rocks and shit. How come we don't have rocks attracting to us and little things revolving around us right now? How come we as people don't suddenly attract to skyscrapers and revolve around them? And I mean literally, like physically can't get away from them. I mean, we go into them because we like the way they look. We're attracted to how they look. But I mean attracted in a gravitational pull sense. How come that doesn't happen?
Okay.
We're not large enough. That's not large enough. It's not
No. We're large enough in comparison.
We're large enough compared to
I'm talking about. In comparison to the things I'm talking about, we're plenty large enough.
No, it's not. It's not.
I'm large enough. I'm big enough that grains of sand should be swirling around me right now. I'm definitely big enough to make a grain of sand swirl around me. See, you make excuses for the bullshit. When it don't work, we want to make excuses. When their pseudoscience fails, we make excuses for, we're not large enough. It's all, and that was your man's stupid ass excuse for everything. We'll see when the mass is so big. The mass is so big. Like you're gonna say the same thing for everything, really? Fuck out. Come on.
Hey,
real science can be done on a big scale.
Jamar, let me peace. I got my man Tahuti here.
Peace, Tahuti.
Yeah, indeed.
Peace, brothers. How are you? Peace, greetings. How's everyone? I just got here, so you guys have been
we've been building
for a while. Peace, Lord Jamar. Lord Jamar from Brand Nubians. He's definitely a living legend. He influenced his group. Was the greatest, them and Poor Righteous Teachers, the greatest 5% hip hop group to ever hit the planet. So peace and respect to you, brother. And what's did I miss? I just got here.
Oh man, it's on. Lord Jamal just going in there. I went back to reality. Reality said something.
And peace. There's another reality.
That's his brother. Yeah.
Oh, and peace. His name is Reality.
Yeah.
And peace to you, brother. Reality. And who's the other brother in the corner?
That's Divine.
Oh, the one who's peace. He's the one who's using peace. Peace. Divine. Peace. Everyone. Great. What's
I gotta commend Jamal, because Jamal, you said I know it's gonna be smoke, and he stood there in the midst of the fire. Prove to him that could we walk on the other side of the planet.
And still nobody has answered that. Nobody has answered, how do you walk upside down on the fuck like that? You believe that. And I want people to say it out loud, how ridiculous that sounds. Like, I need you on camera to say, yes, I believe that people are walking upside down in Australia right now, and that it rains upwards. There gotta be a bottom to this.
You want to get to the?
I asked the guy earlier.
While you was saying there has to be
like he said that he couldn't tell us what's beneath the surface. Or can you tell us, are we attached to something? Or what are we fixed to?
No.
I can't say that, God.
Huh?
All I know is we are fixed. We are fixed. What we're fixed to, I don't know. But they talk about the pillars of the earth in some of the scriptures and all of that. So what does that mean? What are those pillars attached to? Some sort of foundation, but all things, all things strong.
You don't want to believe. You don't want to believe in gravity.
We finished talking, then come in.
I can't use what?
No, I said you don't want to. No, I said you don't want to believe
so
in.
I just want to get an understanding of what.
I don't want to believe in gravity.
No.
I want to get the Bible. Is that what you were gonna say?
No, listen.
I was actually going to say that you don't want to believe. You want to use the Bible, but then again, you want to say that gravity is a theory, but you'll use a religious, like some, use something from the Bible.
Well,
I don't see how.
We know that certain things in the scripture were true.
No,
we know
man, truth and facts ain't the same thing, brother.
What are you talking about?
You can say you get like
one at a time.
Listen,
and now
it don't matter though. It don't matter though. You using something that's not infallible. Science is real. Religion is not fact. So when you say that gravity is not real, but then you turn around and say, oh well, we want to use the Torah or the Quran or the Bible and say, well, I'm gonna use this as truth to try to prove that the earth is flat. Then you can't do that.
Brother, you can't.
That sounds the same way.
No, don't tell me
that's the same. That's the same nonsense.
They gotta say it. Go ahead.
What the fuck I want to do? That's number one. Don't tell me what I do.
You can't.
When I'm showing improvement, shit. That's number one, young man. Number two, okay, that ain't got nothing to do with shit. Like,
all right, man.
Your ridiculous arguments. You have nothing to say. You're trying to be combative, but you still have explained nothing. You've explained nothing.
You don't agree.
Explain to him.
You don't agree.
Why? Because someone explained to him.
What?
Why? I mean, the theory of walking upside down on the planet and it raining upward.
Address that.
I mean,
just
we can't. I mean, if they don't believe gravity,
shut the box. Go ahead.
Hold on, yo. One at a time, y'all. Let the divine try to explain that. I would like somebody to try to
explain that. It's like it's only trying to explain it if you don't believe in gravity and you don't believe that mass causes gravity, then you don't believe that we on something large enough that would cause gravity to where everybody would be pulled to the center.
Can I use
so?
That,
I mean, that's what it's like now. That's how I would explain it because I believe in gravity. But if you don't believe in gravity, there's no way I can understand why you don't believe it.
Believing in gravity means that you believe that people can walk upside down.
Okay,
so just
divine brother.
I believe that
Jamal got to go.
You
got like a static in your joint, Lord.
Causes a gravitational pull and it pulls things to the center of that large mass. Yes, I believe that.
All right, so divine, so if me and you, right? If we got into like a vehicle and get far enough away from the earth, right? And we could look back at it. You're telling me that you think you'd see buildings like all around it to the side and upside down, surrounding a whole ball? Like you tell me you would see it like that? Buildings on the side and upside down, and people be able to walk like that? You would believe that to be true?
I'm telling you, that's what it is, brother. That's what it is.
Oh man. You serious?
That's what it is.
Prove it. That's what you believe. And you said multiple times that this is what you believe. You said, if I don't believe in gravity, then it all falls apart. You're right. Because you have to believe what you're talking about in order for it to exist. It's ridiculous to think that you could travel along this ball and keep yourself upright, and by the time you get to the side that you're not falling off.
All right,
like if I try to walk on a ball right now, I don't give a fuck how big the
Let me show him the
ball
globe,
is.
Lord.
At some point, I'm gonna have to get to the side of the ball, and it's impossible for me to walk on this fucking ball.
Okay.
It's
All right.
impossible. Life exists inside the egg, not on the outside of it.
Now you was telling me that most people believe.
Remember that back in the day?
Because of the message.
Yeah, y'all gotta stop on the mic so we can hear. Go.
What's hard for me? Why is like with all the technology and all the things that we have at our disposal, it's hard for me to believe that nobody would ever have been to the edge. That if we're not allowed to be to the edge, that nobody would just God,
people have been to the edge.
Hold on. You can't charter a flight right now. You can't charter a flight right now and tell him to fly to you can't fly no more.
Okay, who's been to the edge?
Do that. Huh? I mean, Admiral Byrd.
They always talk about the same guy. This guy, Admiral Byrd, yo. AD talks about this guy, Admiral Byrd. Yo, hold on, though. Admiral Byrd is the only guy who visited the edge, or the ice wall, been over this gigantic ice wall y'all claim that they had?
This is an expedition. Do you know how fucking
he's the one documented, like, you can't
that's not
just go
something
there.
the average person could just even get there.
Exactly.
You have to
It's
get
not
the
like
funds
you're gonna pick
and
up
all
and say, yo, let's go to the ice
that
wall. Who's
type of shit to
who
even
has the
go
means
there.
to
He
do
had to
that?
raise the funds, vehicles, and all of that type of shit. He ended up getting the fleet and all of that type of shit. And once he went there and fucking described what he described, fucking after that is when they had the fucking Arctic Treaty and all this type of shit, and fucking made it to where motherfuckers.
So where's Admiral Byrd at? How come? Where's Admiral Byrd at?
I'm saying with all these people with
he's
private
dead.
jets,
he's gone.
He's
dead.
Ben.
Okay.
I'm talking about
the Byrd family.
The Byrd family.
You know, the same people that made Golden Bird.
Larry Bird.
Yeah,
Like,
Larry
you got
Bird,
people
Golden Bird.
Golden. All right.
The chicken people.
All right, so let's move on.
You can't just fly. You can't go with your own plane. It's restricted airspace. That's what the Antarctic Treaty is about. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Just don't be on the mic. Yeah.
So
the Antarctic Treaty specifies that you can't just take your own plane and go there.
Well, what you don't think the U.S. military?
Look up the Antarctic Treaty. It'll tell you.
You don't think nobody on the earth, nobody on this planet,
They are there. Yes.
nobody's been. Admiral Byrd is the only guy that's been over the wall. According to you guys.
I don't know. Not
okay.
Who knows?
Stop with your fucking.
All right.
So you always.
Let's
move
according to you guys.
No doubt.
Like, Marv, man, why you coming at me?
Bro.
I'm just saying, man. I'm just asking questions, yo.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm toned, bro.
Yeah.
All right.
That's
you got.
I was gonna say
You
you got
sound like a fucking smart ass, bro. I don't like.
All right, man. Well, what you want me to say, yo?
You cut. All right, so let's move on.
Right,
Yeah, let's
come with
But I'm not one for the shit, guy. I'm tell you now.
What's
All right.
going on?
Let him go.
Come with me, guy.
Is Sue.
Ron came on something else.
All right, yeah. All right, so let's move on and while staying on the same subject. All right. So where we was at is Parnacus, bringing it in.
Copernicus,
yeah.
500 years
Nicholas,
ago.
yeah,
He's the one
500
that
years.
gave you this fucking idea.
All right, is there proof that the Sumerians and the Kemetic people said that the Earth was flat?
Here we go.
Look up Newton Geb right now. Look up Newton
the
Geb.
picture of their
That is
cosmos.
the
Newton
ancient
Geb,
depiction. That is the ancient depiction of the Earth with the sky in an arc over it. And the Earth is flat. The man is laying down, and they have the man as the Earth, and the woman is the one that's arched over him. And those two characters are called Newton Geb, and you can share it on the screen right now with the people if you found it. That is one of the depictions of the cosmologies from the ancient Egyptians.
So you're telling me that you believe that ancient painting is more accurate than the Photoshop?
Then this white man,
Hold on,
this white man, yes, because you believe his technology is the shit. You believe that this is the highest level of technology
Hold
that
on,
we've
Vi,
ever had. And that's not.
I got a question. Wait, I got a question. I got a question for the
into
brothers on the
thinking
panel.
Okay.
I got a question.
Smarter than
All right,
he
all right.
is.
What's your question, Reality?
One question is this. All right. Everybody here is good brothers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why all of a sudden do you think that the white man's not lying about fish, but you always think about he lying about other shit? But why wouldn't you think he's not lying about the earth?
Good question.
Shape
Good
of the earth?
question. Good question. Anybody want to take that?
He's lying just about
I
history.
personally, because that's what because a spear explains why we have our seasons. It explains, like I said, why it gets dark all the way from New York all the way down
My
to
model.
All of that can be explained on the flat earth model too,
Explains
bro.
the same thing.
Huh?
Explains the same thing on the flat earth model.
Model explains the same thing, just in reverse. That's all.
You can't
Yes,
show
you
me
can.
on the flat earth how it gets dark or from Maine to Peru at the same time. You can't show me that on a flat earth.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can.
All right, what we have on the screen.
Show me.
I can.
Okay, I'm gonna let him. I'm gonna let. You want to show him?
I don't have I can't even get in my computer right now. I don't know why this shit bugged out on me.
Yeah, you all kind of freezing up, Lord, a little bit. You was
There
better
goes
before.
Newton Geb right there.
Okay, so we got Newton Geb. All right, I see the back. The back looks flat.
Yeah, because and that's the
bottom.
That's
Look at the bottom.
depiction of the firmament dome with the stars in it.
Okay.
That's the earth.
All right.
That's the ground.
Mm-hmm. Where's the ground?
Above is the sky.
Okay.
In a dome type of shape. Okay.
Sources.
Depiction of Newton Geb, but Newt is the one laying on the floor. I mean,
break that down.
Geb. Yeah, Geb is the one laying on the floor, and this might not be one of the older depictions, but anyway, he's the one on the that represents the earth, the one laying on the floor, and the sky is represented like a dome over fucking earth. There ain't no fucking, and look how it's level. Look how the bottom is level of this depiction. Look how it's a perfect level foundation.
All right, I've seen it. Yeah, it looks.
Curve.
Well, he broke. Is that
the level right there?
Hey, Jamal. Hey, tell. Yeah,
no man showing you that.
Yeah.
Yo, Jay, you're not too clear.
Yeah, we got it.
Jamal, is your Wi-Fi on?
Yeah, you
Nah, I turned it. I think my Wi-Fi bugged out. Hang on, let me see if it's working yet. Hang on, over here.
Right.
Hold on.
Okay.
All right. So reality.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move to you. And so that breakdown to the to Geb and them and the earth being flat at the bottom. How accurate is that? Is that towards you? Is that your own interpretation or is that what they say?
Well, that's an interpretation that I've gotten from the community that was out there. That's how they interpreted that right there.
Okay. And this
hey,
go ahead. You got a question?
Hey, peace. Is it Brother Divine?
Yeah.
Brother Reality.
Peace, brother.
Hey, how you doing today?
Good, brother.
Awesome. I just got in here, so I was just trying to get a feel
Catch
of
you up to speed.
Yeah, just trying to get a feel of after Jamal glitched out. Trying to get a feel of what was happening. I was just about to ask Jamal, are you? Is there any speaking of ancient depictions, is there any ancient depictions in Kemet or Sumar of the
globe? Nope.
No. Who's that?
That's Jamal back.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Sorry. Okay. Is there any images of the sun? You know the sun and the moon, how they rotate around the earth is the model. They're the ones rotating, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there any depictions in ancient times that reflect that we can that you could put up with the earth and then the sun and the moon rotating around it?
I don't know if there's any pictures of that. To be honest, me personally, I don't know.
Of an ancient one. Well, what you will see though in those pictures, if you bring back that picture, they probably have a representation of the sun and the moon, probably on the left and the right or something, and you will see that they're both about the same size. They don't have the sun looking gigantic and the moon looking mad small. They will be both about the same size.
Okay, and so in that depiction, if you could put that up, AD. Okay.
There's a few of them here. I'll go to the
Right
first
there.
one.
I just want to walk through kind of
See
slow.
that one?
The symbol there that is Earth, you're pointing out is Geb, right? That's the man that's laying down.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. In Kemet, when it shows the line underneath something, that's usually under the netters. It's usually under people's feet. That is separate from Geb. That one's not called Geb, is it? The actual line that
I'm not saying that the line is Geb. I'm just saying that line is showing a straight line. That's all.
Okay.
That I'm seeing a straight foundation right there. That everything is on a straight foundation right there, and not a curved one. And that was the representation of it. There goes another straight line. Everything is as far as the foundation of what it's on.
Right. What is on? What is on the foundation? That's Geb is on the foundation, right?
Well, see, I've seen the pictures I've seen. It was like Geb more was represented more like that. He was represented as the land, kind of like that.
Yeah.
Like that picture that you have right there.
Yeah,
Those are the ones that's the one that I've seen more.
Okay, yeah, you're correct. Geb.
So he's laying flat on his back, and you say flat on your back, not round on it, or curved on it. You're flat on your back.
Okay. Okay, keep it on one picture. Where's the picture go? The picture change. Okay, and
then just the fact that they're always seem to be always on a level, always laying on a level. Even you could say that's a different thing in Egyptian. Maybe it is. I'm just saying that's a level.
Okay. Yes.
And that's not. I'm not gonna base this. That particular. We're gonna break this down in Kemetic as my whole argument, and you're gonna show me that line is something different. If it is, okay. I'm just saying it's level. That's
okay. Because I just like to do things step by step. So I just want to just get for the crowd too, because the audience, a lot of them are not familiar with this image. So if you just analyze it, I know that in Kemet, the man is Geb, and Geb is the earth, right? But he's on top of something.
Correct.
He himself is on top of something that's flat, but he's the earth, correct? You said Geb is the earth, right?
That's what I was. Yes.
Right. So that would mean the earth is on top of something.
You got the spider.
The earth itself is on top of something that's flat, but the Geb is actually the earth, but the line isn't the earth in Kemet, is it?
Resting on a foundation, on a flat foundation.
Right, and the person.
I would say that that in that picture that represents their cosmology of how they saw the world: an arched sky, an earth, and I mean this whole pillar thing now is like, I just know him to be the earth. Now we're seeing this line as we really look closely at it, and you're
okay. Okay, because I know that Geb is the earth. I know Geb is actually the word earth in Kemet, but it looks like Geb, the earth, is on top of something else. But that something else in
whatever
Kemet
he's on,
is not the earth.
That thing is flat.
Yeah, so that would mean that there's an earth that you are calling the flat earth, which is Geb.
Not round.
Right. Whether the earth is round or flat.
The land, and the land is concave. The same way he got his knee up and all that. That represents like the hills and valleys and all that. Just like the earth has hills and valleys, it's concave and all that.
Okay, so he's not. So he right. So he's not.
We know that it has dips and all that.
Right. So he's not laying on his back then.
Reached 1,000, yo.
He's actually on his butt. Isn't he on his butt? Let's get that picture back up. Because maybe I'm not seeing the right picture. I see a picture of a man. He's sitting on his butt.
I don't want to obsess over the new Geb. There's ancient Hebrew.
Where'd the picture go?
We got.
Okay, is that man?
Representations as well.
Is this the man that's being described as laying on his back? This image? Because it looks like a man sitting on his butt with one leg, and he's on his elbow. Is this the man that's laying on his back?
Okay.
Y'all both missing the point.
I'm just asking a question. I want to establish if this is the right picture.
The point is, those are
I
just
don't know what we're
human representations.
I just want to know if
whether
he's
he's laying on his back. What are you trying to?
I want to just establish that we're looking at the same picture because you said there's a man laying on his back. So I don't know if 80 has the right picture.
Okay, well, it looks like
bro, let's just get to it. It's all right. Just make your point. It's good.
Okay. So the point is that I'm looking at a man on his butt with one leg down, and his name is Geb, and Geb represents the earth. And then underneath Geb is something else. But that something else in Kemet, all throughout Kemet, is called Ma'at, which is a standing stone. It's a thing you stand on, and it represents standards. So I never seen that image there, the line that the pharaohs are standing on. I never seen that called the earth before. So I was just looking for references.
Okay,
I like to walk through things slowly.
Let's get rid of that and stop. Okay.
So this is we're gonna. I've just gotten rid of this.
Okay,
so
the earth is lying on my house.
Yo,
what's the point?
Hey, let me get back to like a simple point.
Okay, so we just got rid. Let's
not cut everybody off though.
Okay. Spinning in that picture.
Glad to do it all.
Did we get rid of that evidence? We just
You come in. I know everybody. Yeah.
Did we just get rid of that? Is that finished now? That is not the earth laying on his back. We're getting rid of it, right?
Talking about with it.
All right.
Okay, good. We got move on to exhibit B then, because that one we just got rid of.
All right, what's your question, Vine?
Hold on. What was the point that was supposed to be made?
We got rid of it. There's no more point. Lord Jamar got rid of it. So we're on to the next.
I don't have no control.
AD is a flat earther.
We got rid of it, so we're on to the next.
Right.
The next.
All right, move on. Let's move on.
Okay. I just want to get rid of point by point.
So you said the sun is 30 miles in the sky, right?
Yeah, move on because it made no sense.
No,
approximately.
You said the sun was 30 miles in the sky?
Yeah, approximately
30 miles away from the earth.
So we could get in a vehicle that travels 60 miles an hour and get to the sun in 30 minutes.
I've seen the sun when I was in a plane underneath me in the cloud. You never seen that?
If you can
I've never seen the sun underneath the plane.
1,000 miles an hour.
Y'all need to stop it, man.
You said
1,000 miles an hour.
He said he saw the sun underneath the airplane.
Santana said that.
Yes, you have that. Have you never been in a plane and saw the image of the sun right there? Huh? Have you never seen the sun in a plane right there behind the clouds and you flying above it?
I've been on a plane too many times, yo, to go for that one.
No,
all of us seen that, brother. Everybody. You saying?
You never been in a plane and looked down at the sun? Never.
All right, I'll pull up some images. I'm gonna find images. I'll share the screen.
We want your Photoshop images, yo.
I'm gonna pull up some images. I'll pull up some images.
We here to show improve. Y'all talking feelings.
I was telling before they're talking police.
Is that what you said?
Hey,
no, that's what you're saying.
There's no such thing as upside down with the globe.
You said that.
Oh, yeah, all right.
The sun is moving 1,000 miles an hour. So by the time you try that 30 minutes, it's gonna be gone. Like by the time you get 30 minutes, it's gonna be moved correct. So you're not gonna be able to catch it. By the time you get closer to it, it's gonna be moving so fucking fast.
I'm trying to get understanding. It's 30 miles away, but it's moving 1,000 miles an hour. Is that what you're saying?
What you not hearing?
Yeah.
That God.
24 hours in a day, I proved it. You can't prove that we're spinning. We look at the sun, we see it moving. You don't feel yourself spinning, yet we see the sun moving. We see it come closer towards us. We see it come over our heads at noon, and we see it move away from us in the afternoon. Yet we still gonna believe these devils that tell us that we're the ones spinning. It's fucking ridiculous. We have the evidence right in our faces. Show improvement. Just look up, God. Just show improvement.
Oh, okay. I see. So I can't believe nothing that's based on like fact, that's known facts. But I just supposed to accept that the sun is 30 miles away and is moving 1,000 miles.
Fact, just because the bunch
y'all
of people agree upon it.
One say it's 30 miles away, and the other one said he's seen it up underneath his airplane.
Avant,
which one is it?
Where are you saying that?
Which one is it? Is it 30 miles away or is it up under the airplane?
Where you looking down at the sun? I want to see the image where you looking down at the sun.
He just said it's 30 miles away. So if it's 30 miles away, how is it up under the airplane?
He had an image where he was looking down at the sun. I want to see it.
All right, reality. You gonna pull it up?
You got that?
I mean, I don't know if you
y'all contradicting yourselves, man.
I can pull the phone up.
Lord is saying it's 30 miles away. Then the other person is saying it's underneath his phone.
Yeah. AD will be right back. You can share the screen.
Because it's on my phone, but hold on.
Yo, if y'all tuning right in, man, we got Lord Jamar.
Do you know how bright that would have to be, yo?
Hold on, Lord. Let me just.
But look, can you see a little bit of that? Can you see that plane and you see where the sun is underneath back down there?
To the right of it.
Plane is on the horizon.
It's on exactly.
That's America's airline brochure, yo.
But I'm showing Divine that shows you that thing is not 93 million miles above what you're talking about.
No, hold up, man. Hold up, man. No, man, you just pull that photo of that American online brochure, yo. Come on, Lord. Y'all coming up with all kinds. Hey, Lord Jamar, you can't tell me that's not American Airlines brochure. He just pulled up just now.
It would say American Airlines on it. Stop it.
Like, how are you in the airplane showing the airplane? Come on, man.
You can't use that. You can't use that as a primary source or any kind of source, though.
KP, how you in the airplane showing the airplane?
Just so you know it's not from a brochure. I'm just showing you.
Said 9 different types of. Well, who took those photos?
No, man.
Look, there's a bunch of images up here.
How you in the airplane showing the airplane?
First of all,
you showing the sun setting, son.
The reason why
mean that the sun is under
how you in the airplane, Lord Jamar, showing the airplane?
Lord Jamar, please, Lord. Let's give it that. Lord
You
Jamar.
saw the picture of the sun setting, brother. That don't prove that the sun ain't 93,000 miles away.
Yes, it does, because the sun moves in like this when it circles. It's just moving far from you. Like we spoke about the line before, how it moves. The sun, when it travels in circles, so it just moves farther away when it sets for us. That means it's backing up from our perception of our eyesight. That's what happens when the sun sets. Doesn't dip down over no horizon or nothing. It goes further out of our eye view. That's what's happening with sunset.
So you think sunlight ends? Sunlight has a distance? How far exactly does sunlight travel before it stops illuminating?
I didn't say anything about a distance or stopping, brother. You don't change this with a narrative. I just said it moves away. Sunset is the sun moving away. That's it.
Because when it's on one side,
can I say another question?
Yeah. Vine.
It has to have a distance if we don't see it any longer.
It's just the sun moving away.
All right, Vine.
No, it does have a distance.
Okay, if it's moving away, how far does it have to be away to disappear to our eyesight?
I don't know.
I don't know how far.
You don't know.
All right.
Just like you don't know how a motherfucker walking upside down on the fucking globe.
Can I disprove that, Lord?
Nobody proved. Hold on. Nobody. Hold on, Vine.
How far is it, Divine? Divine, how far is it?
What?
Tell me. Give me the answer to the question. What you just asked the question that I said I don't know. Give me the answer to it. How far is it?
It doesn't. It goes on indefinitely. That's how come
what goes on indefinitely?
It only be dark if you're faced.
What goes on indefinitely? What are you talking about? What goes on
That's
indefinitely?
not the question
you asked.
Goes on indefinitely.
That's not the question you asked me, brother.
That's why we see stars from millions and millions of miles away.
I want to go back to the
That's not
original
even the
topic.
question this guy asked.
How far those stars are? That's what they told you. You know how far those stars are?
They're
50 million miles away. You don't know how far they are.
40 or 50 miles away.
Here we go, taking on face value the devil's science.
Now,
how you know those
hold on.
stars?
Jamal, Lord Jamal.
Say that, yo.
How you know how far those stars
Jamal,
are?
is he still there? Jamal, is he still there?
He'll be back. Now he'll be back.
All right.
Divine, how do you know how far those stars are?
How do I know how far they are? I can tell you exactly how far they are, but I know that I see them. I know that their light keeps shining.
I know that their light also,
get
but
back to
I'm
the
saying
original?
just like before, you asked me a distance. You don't know the distance either. That's what I'm saying. So how are you asking about
that's
the
what I'm trying
distance
to.
when you have no clue?
What I'm saying
You
is
can't figure that out by a telescope, man. You can figure out the distance beyond the stars by a telescope.
Jamar.
So how the hell are you asking distances when you can't figure that out?
You want to move on? You want to move a little further because
it's ridiculous.
Let's go.
All right.
The original.
Okay.
You trying to do some old what they call that?
You're asking crazy questions about distance that you have no clue about the distance.
Come on,
man. I say we can't. Say we can't.
This is what I'm saying. You're the one that says that light stops. You said
I never said that. That's what you said. I didn't say light. You asked me when was the
he said he don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You asked me the distance
is that
when I stopped seeing that.
Yeah, check.
And
I never said light stop.
Light goes on in.
I never said light stop, bro.
All right, let's move on. Let's move on. All right. So we was at the original question was what's the name again?
When I stepped in, the original topic was that Copernicus was the first.
He brought in
to introduce the globe, and then an ancient image was shown to show that our people believe the Earth was flat. That image, Lord Jamar said he wants to throw that away. So I'm looking for.
Throw it away.
Or you'd like to get back to it?
Stop obsessing over it.
You literally said you want to throw it away.
That's one of some Egyptian science. So you want to, that's probably your field of expertise. So you want to get into that. That's why you want to go there. There's also the ancient Hebrew. There's also an ancient Hebrew depiction of flat Earth. There's a lot of different images.
Right. So
that you want to get into Newton because that's your expertise. We're not getting into that right now.
Yeah, actually, from what I remember,
there's a lot of.
I thought you were the one that brought that up, not me. I didn't bring that up because of my expertise. I thought you brought that up. I'm late to the.
I brought them all up, not just that one. Super chat. I brought a multiple one, but you want to dwell on that.
I want to go one by.
Yes,
I
like
to go one by one.
So there goes the other two ones.
The one. Why can't we? So one by two cultures were mentioned. Egypt and ancient Sumeria. When I stepped in, I don't know if there's more mentioned before.
Hebrew. I said no. I said a few of them, bro.
Okay.
Like you're not listening. And now here goes another.
I heard Egypt and Sumeria. So I'd like to deal with one
Hebrew.
Well, here's the Hebrew one.
There is no ancient Hebrew culture.
Right. He said Sumerian.
Okay, so we'll pass. We'll leave the Kemet alone because that's thrown out. Can we deal with Sumer? Did Sumer have any ancient depictions of the Earth and the sun, or did they depict it as flat too? Let's go to actual proven cultures because Hebrew is not an ancient proven culture.
To these. What picture did you just have up just now?
Yeah, what was that?
I was showing Hebrew, and then I got this one right here.
Hang on a second.
This one's also Hebrew, showing the firmament and Sheol.
Okay, this depiction right here, this is an ancient Hebrew tablet that's in a museum. This is an ancient Hebrew papyrus that we can date, or what is this?
There's a few you can choose from. We've got
the one that we were looking at, the one that I'm asking about, is that picture, that Hebrew picture.
This one's Hebrew, yeah.
That was found. This picture was drawn by the ancient Hebrews.
There's quite a few drawings.
No, I'm not asking if there's quite a few. Maybe I'm not being. Can I be heard? Okay, the image that was on the screen. Can we go back to that image? I don't know why I keep jumping.
Because there's so many.
80, yeah, but can you stick to the one that you showed? That's why I like to do things step by step. I know everybody likes gish, gallop, and jump.
Okay.
I do things nice and slowly, and that's how you catch people. Nice and slow.
Okay,
the image that you're showing right there that's being called a Hebrew image, is this an ancient papyrus image in a museum, or that can be dated back to the ancient Hebrews? Just yes or no?
We're not familiar with museums, so no.
Can this be dated? This image that we're looking at here, this color image, this is an ancient. Why is it moving?
Oh, okay.
Everybody okay?
It's the same one.
No, okay. Can we stick with the?
It's all the same one.
I know people like to jump. That's how you cause the chaos. You can forget the argument. This is why I win debates, because I stick with the one thing and I'm not moving. So the one image, I'm asking a straightforward question to everybody on the panel: is this an ancient Hebrew image that can be found dated to the ancient Hebrews? Just yes or no?
This exact CGI rendering of it? No.
Okay, on to the next person. Lord Jamar, is this your Hebrew image that you're presenting that can be traced back to the ancient Hebrews? Yes or no?
That is an image that I understand to be an ancient. Their depiction of their cosmology.
Where can we find this ancient image?
Actual one from some? I don't know, man. See, it's like we're getting into things that are not even part of the real argument of what we're talking about. You're trying to prove some other shit that like has nothing to do with what we're talking about here. Can you prove that we're on a spinning ball? Yes or no?
Yes.
Like prove that.
Actually, that's not my argument. I didn't come in here to prove. I came into a conversation. Wait a minute. Let's slow. Excuse me. I came into a conversation. I came into a conversation that was stated that a white man, Copernicus, was the first to bring the globe, and that our ancient ancestors had depictions that show that. Wait, I'm not. I wasn't finished. That our ancient. Excuse me, please. Are you okay? Can you get? Our ancient ancestors had the depiction. So we went to the depiction number 1, that was tossed out. We go to depiction number 2, the Hebrews, and that's not being addressed. So where are these ancient pictures? Because each one is being thrown out.
What's being thrown out? The pictures. What pictures are being thrown out?
Okay, the ancient Hebrew picture. Bro. I'm asking, where can I find this ancient Hebrew picture?
We showed you one, and you said that wasn't good.
I never said it wasn't anything. I'm asking, where can we? I don't know if my questions can be heard.
He's asking if we can find them in museums, as if museums are a point of legitimacy.
Wait, hold on. 80 just asserted something. Yeah. He just said, as if. I never said as if anything. I said, can we find this image dated back to the ancient Hebrews? Usually ancient things are in museums. Can we find that image? Just yes or no. If it's a no, then we need to toss that image as an ancient Hebrew image. Period. Next, that's the second one. Shall we go through each one by one and throw each one out? Because I can keep on doing this.
But why are we?
We're not going to get caught up in these images. That's what I'm saying.
But they're being brought up, but we're not going to get caught up in them, of course. Okay. So that's 2 down. Any more to go?
Okay, so all we do is we change tactics. We change tactics away from images because he's going to detail them down. We've got to reverse. We've got to reverse the arsenal and go into proof of curvature, which there is none.
Prove that.
I'm speaking to Lord Jamar directly because I'm getting caught up. I'm getting caught up in what I missed.
We're talking about a spinning ball. Fuck what you're talking about right now. With all these images. We're not here for that.
We're not here for that, but you're the one that brought it up. I'm confused.
You're not going to win your debate unless you can prove that
why is there so much anger and chaos?
And that we're
answer the question.
All right, hold on. Let me.
I want these ancient Hebrew images of the flat Earth. Can we pull them up on the screen, please? Okay. So that argument is over. So Copernicus can be thrown out.
Well, Copernicus said that he can prove.
Oh, you believe it's a rotating plane, Divine?
A rotating planet.
Okay, and I know I'll be ignored for the rest of this.
Yeah, a rotating planet.
Yeah. Foundation of planet is plane.
Okay,
well,
plane. That's not what the word is known.
That's exactly what it is.
We're talking about a plane.
All right.
Let's just look that up then.
Okay. We got one.
We're not being productive, please.
Okay. We're
spinning our wheels.
Okay, let's keep moving. We have a flat earther that wants to come in and he wants to join. Are you cool with a flat earther coming in and just to build? And Jamal, all right.
Let him in.
Santana.
No, because Santana.
Here we go.
I do want to present an ancient Sumerian image, if that's allowed.
Okay. All right, that'll be dope.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and do a screen share.
Go ahead and hit you for your screen guide.
Okay. This is. Let me take a mute. Am I on mute, 80?
You're good.
Okay, so this is Assyrian Museum, number VA 243. And I'm going to go ahead and share this, and then we can deal with this. This can be found in the museum. And let's go ahead and do a screen share. And let's just do this step by step. Okay, can the screen be shown?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Is there some music in the background? Or?
Yeah.
So you can look this up, VA243. I don't know if the screen is, is the screen showing 80? Okay, so here we are with an ancient Sugagi or Kiingi image coming out of the Assyrian area. And we have an image that matches where the planets are with a large ball in the middle.
And you assume.
And this is an ancient Sumerian image, which matches exactly where the planets are in our map today. And I want to know, is this depicting something else other than the sun in the middle with the planets around it? Or are you familiar? Are you familiar
First
with
of
this
all,
image?
I don't know what that depicts.
It is it's Assyrian VA number 243. Now you know what it is.
That's nice. But what I'm saying is they're assigning things to this in the middle of the sun. That could be the Earth for all I know in the middle. I don't know what.
It's matching where all the planets are on the Earth.
So all I can go by is the interpretation that these people are telling us that it is.
Right.
Everything matches up. If I said that was the Earth in the middle, it would still match with my flat Earth cosmology.
Except for one thing, though, Lord Jamar, there would be one issue.
All things.
There would be one problem if you said it was the Earth, though, and that is the depicting sun rays that are coming from the middle ball, where the Earth doesn't.
You don't know that that's necessarily sunrise. That could be electromagnetism
giving the other planets light.
Radiating off the Earth. You don't know
what you said, Vine.
Again, you're assigning something that you think it is. You don't know what that is.
All right, Vine.
So anyway, I'm not going to get caught up. And this guy wants to get image hungry now. Let's move on, Killah, please.
All right, we gotta move on.
I'm getting ready to be out of here.
All right, fine.
Okay, so you retract the topic of ancient images showing a flat Earth. Okay, I'm finished.
Hush with that. All right, enough.
Listen, we don't know the legitimacy of anything. So let's just move on.
Yeah, I don't know. Just because it's in a fucking museum.
You know, that don't look like a sun to you.
That could be. That could be there on purpose.
That doesn't look like a sun to you.
Can we move with that image? All right, so
let's move on.
Let's move on.
Productive.
Okay.
None of this proves that we're spinning. Like you can show me a bunch of artifacts right now. You're still not showing me that we're on a spinning fucking ball. You're still not proving that. You still haven't proven how somebody can walk upside down.
It's not a ball. It's a rock. It's a rock, brother. It's a rock. We never said it was a ball. It's a rock.
I'm just addressing what was spoken. I'm only addressing what was spoken. I walked in.
Rock or not, you're still saying it's
Stop that. Stop addressing what was spoken of, because a whole bunch of shit was spoken of before you got here. So stop dwelling on what the fuck was spoken when you just got here. Who gives a fuck? It's not about what happened when you just got here. Okay? It's about the overall topic. And the topic is not about what you want it to be, sir. So stop the bullshit.
Okay.
Is that the end of your answer? Is that the end of your answer, sir?
Peace to the God. Hey, yo, peace to the gods. I'm gonna try to get back later.
Yo, Divine, peace, bro.
All right, peace.
Thank you for this bill, God.
Divine, bro.
Peace, Lord.
Hopefully the people, he's divine. You was great too. Everybody here, love to all of y'all,
no
man.
doubt.
Yeah.
Hopefully the people
understand
it was understood. But
yeah,
I'm not gonna indulge in this anymore. I love you, God.
Hey, wait.
Peace, brothers.
Nah. Jamal.
Jamal, don't go.
Did I force him out? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think Lord Jamal. Yeah.
Did I force him out the show?
Exit the building.
Yeah. He exited the building. Reality still. You still in reality?
He left with my question.
Okay.
Okay. Next, who's left?
Reality still here. Oh, yeah. He bounced out.
Okay, good. All right. That's how you clear. That's how you clear out the nonsense.
All right. So, yeah. All right. So that was very interesting. That was crazy. I wanted to go down the line, and that Sumerian thing. That was. I wanted to. I told you that circle. Yeah. Exactly.
But here's the thing, though. I don't see how the flat earthers try to just do away with the whole, concept of the force of gravity.
Yeah.
We should have a whole show just on that, man. Density and understanding the concept of force versus mass.
Hold up. You want to say that alive? Hold on.
Who's that?
Hold up. What's up?
That's the God. That's the God. Okay.
Yeah.
Peace. Like,
peace.
I was gonna acknowledge this or what, man?
Yeah, no doubt. Go ahead.
Jamar out the fucking building, man.
What do you say?
I respect that brother, man. It's all love. I love Brand Nubian. I you know what I'm saying? All of that respect. McCaffrey said it best. You know what I'm saying? I hate that, y'all had to meet under these circumstances. You know what I mean? That nigga just got ran out the building, man. That's up, man.
Is that Planet Asia?
No, this is
what he said, man. The nigga got ran out the building.
Yeah.
Man, shout out to you for coming through.
I want to know what kind of shoes was he wearing when he ran though. Were they brand new?
I don't know why. I don't know why he left. I mean,
I don't know.
I think he just said his point, and then it was just there's nothing else to say.
I think everybody else knows why he left, though.
Yo.
I mean, I'm still here. If you guys have more questions, I'd be happy to answer them for you.
Well, AD's still here.
I'm still
here.
here.
He wants to smoke now. AD.
I take all the smoke.
Well,
blow it back out at you.
Okay, let me say, Killah Priest on air. I want to say right now, Killah Priest.
Yeah.
I want to apologize for running your guest away.
Oh man.
No, he was just done. I think he just said his point.
He definitely was not done.
Said,
and he was like, "Well,
Terminator."
He definitely was not done.
Jamal was just done. He's like, "Well, I said my point. No. See y'all later." That makes sense to me.
He was not done at all.
Oh wow.
He's like, "What's the point?"
Shout out to Mark Buddha, K9 in the building.
Yeah, do you get? Let me just go down the line just for clarity. Do you believe that from what you saw before I got here, do you believe Jamal was done before I got up here? He was done. Do you believe he was done?
Destroyed him. You know what I'm saying? He tried to say, well, why is the wind at 1,000 miles an hour? How come you can't fit 1,000 miles?
And he kept on talking after that, right?
Yeah, and I was like, well, because we got mountains.
Right, but was he done when I got? I just want because. When I got here, it didn't seem like he was done. He was bringing up old ancient images, and we walked through the images, and he couldn't verify what the images were. And then he brought up another image, and the image itself was some new modern day image. It wasn't traced back to the ancient Hebrews. And then he got very angry, cussed out.
You want to know how you know when somebody's been converted?
Well, he cussed out and left.
You know, you want to know how you know when somebody has been converted? Because they use the same talking points that the other cult leaders use. That the other cult members use.
Don't say that because AD's still here.
Yeah, no cult. You know what I'm saying? They all use the same.
It's truth versus brainwash.
No,
here you come.
Well, here's the thing, though. You also said that.
Heard that already.
You said that y'all say that the firmaments in space is made out of. Y'all said that there's water there, right?
Okay.
He tried to make that point, and I mean, let me reason with you. There's no water there, right? It could be perceived as what space is like. It's not a vacuum like you would consider it to be, but there's no gravity there to even hold water together. Because you think that because they use water diving into a tank. You know what I'm saying to give you a understanding of how it would feel to have zero gravity, to experience zero gravity. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're underwater, it's kind of like there's no gravity there.
Just to the.
Why did he say all that when he was here?
Because he was yelling. I'm not going to, and I was being cut off.
Just to the point. Did Lord Jamar verify that it was Copernicus that actually brought the globe, and our ancient ancestors actually believe in the flat Earth? Did he prove that? Because if he did he show that? Because that's what he was showing before I got. That was his point before I got here. So did he ever show that?
Say that? No, they didn't show that.
Okay, then he wasn't done then.
They didn't show that part.
Okay,
they just showed.
So yeah,
all they did was show that the Earth was. They said that the Earth was flat. You came and showed the Sumerian tablets, which is the same thing I showed before, and you said it was a disc. When I was up there with David Weiss,
we don't know that that's Earth right there.
Well, come on. Well, they're all circular though. It was all circular.
So's the moon. Where was the moon in that pic?
Oh, okay.
Those are celestial bodies, 80.
Exactly. Correct.
Bodies.
The image in the middle.
Correct.
The image in the middle has
other
light.
Planets got
emanating.
moons, but you don't see them in that picture because they're not depicted on there. Why would you depict the moons of a planet and not just the planet itself?
That's a question for them.
No, the question is already proven because the picture is already there.
But you can't assume you're one of those pictures.
Yes, you can.
We're just talking about the one in the middle.
Because you're on this earth.
The one in the middle was the sun. I could agree with that because I saw the rays.
Right.
You know,
and we know
that's the crown of thorns.
Right.
Little tangent there.
So the if we establish that image was the sun, which we agree upon, the size ratio was about 200 times or more the size of all the other planets. But yet on the flat Earth ratio, the sun is actually a tiny thing, smaller or the same size as the moon, small enough to rotate within the sphere of the Earth. But on that image, which we both acknowledge as the sun was bigger than all the planets, which destroys the flat Earth model.
No,
back to y'all.
From their perspective, at noon, the sun seems larger than all. Therefore, when you depict it, it's larger than all.
But no, I wanted somebody to answer his question about us being on a ball.
Wait, but that image wasn't a depiction for noon.
How do we know?
I don't remember that. It's showing it's showing the planets all together, not the Earth at noon.
I don't know. They drew all kinds of stuff.
What y'all talking about?
The planet that I showed, the sun in the middle.
Said it was at noon.
He said because at noontime the sun seems larger. But
prove it was at noon.
But it wasn't at noon. It was showing all the planets. The Earth was there with the rest of the planets. So it wasn't a time period.
Yeah, he's talking about
showing all the planets together.
Otherwise,
not at noon.
Perceivably, it just seems big.
The tablet of ink, the Sumerian tablet that you showed. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah, yes, and that in the sun, when you're looking up at the sun and you're looking up at the other planets, it doesn't seem that much bigger than all the other planets. It seems just like I hear flat earthers all the time say to me, "Look at the sun. Look, it's a little ball behind the clouds." They said that to me, so it doesn't appear to be bigger. That image shows the sun about 200 to 300 times the size of the Earth.
Right. Because
when you look up at, and the rays were big too, but the sun itself was bigger than the Earth.
Right.
From that perspective, absolutely.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I need to.
If I was them, I would drew it the same way,
with the sun in the middle.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, pardon me. Oh, shoot.
But we can't assume anything based on that.
But we do know that the sun is in the middle. We don't have to assume that. We don't have to assume that the sun was definitely in the middle.
Yeah, but they could put it to the side. They could put it to the left.
No. What
they chose to put it in the middle.
Right. Which would be heliocentric, wouldn't it?
Only,
isn't that what heliocentric means? The sun is in the middle and the planets go around it?
Yes.
Okay.
But they're assuming because they didn't have spaceships yet. They couldn't go up. So from their perspective, there's the sun. We know there's planets. Put them all up there.
Right. Whether they're assuming or whether they know that it's true, that's what they believed. And that was my point, was that when I stepped into the conversation, the brother Lord Jamar said it was a white man named Copernicus that introduced that. And our ancient ancestors, he said in Egypt, Sumer, and Hebrew, believed differently, that the sun is actually in the earth and the earth was flat and the earth is actually in the middle. And he gave all these examples that we're the earth, we're self-centered. But if we believe that, then the woman is no longer the earth. So I just asked him to show the ancient images, and I showed an ancient image, and that shows that the ancient Sumerians believed that the sun was the center. When the sun is helio and center means centric.
Egypt,
so they believed in heliocentric, yes?
Egyptian interpretation is always interesting.
Right. But they definitely believed in heliocentric, according to that picture. We both acknowledge that's the sun.
If we want to assume that those planets are orbiting.
Yes, but something doesn't have to be orbiting to be the center.
Because they could have been like,
I just want to establish that they don't have to be orbiting for that big ball to be the center. Heliocentric is from the word helio, which is sun, and centric from center. That picture specifically depicted the sun in the center. That's period.
If we're assuming they put up a solar system.
Yeah, me and you agreed that that's the sun.
That's the sun. But was that a solar system?
It showed all the planets matching the map.
It showed all the planets together, but was that a solar system?
If you want to call it a solar system or a heliocentric, the sun was in the middle. That's the only.
They could have been like, "Yo, I've seen a bunch of balls up there." That's what it looked like to me.
See, that's the straw man argument.
Is it a straw man?
Wait, no, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. It doesn't matter how they depict, how they believed, but the point is they believed the sun was in the center, not that the sun was rotating around the earth. In that picture, the sun is 300 times the size of the earth, and the earth is one of the little balls, and the sun is in the middle, giving off light to the rest of the. That's
that picture,
right? He didn't show any. Did he show any other picture?
Did he show an orbital trail?
Did he show? He said our ancestors believed that the earth was flat, and he went back to the image of our ancestors, and he showed a man sitting on his butt who wasn't flat. and he was on top of something that was flat. But the word for earth in Kemet is Geb. Geb was the man, not the thing under him. The thing under him is Ma'at.
Okay.
So did that man, Lord Jamar, show us ancient pictures to prove that Copernicus was the one that introduced the heliocentric, and actually our ancestors believe the earth was flat? Did he show that?
No, those are nuances of interpretation.
So no,
which can always be fluctuating.
No, he didn't show it.
Always have
so no, he didn't show it. Okay, that's fine.
It's nuanced questions. It's interesting stuff.
That's all.
With interpretation,
that was his whole point.
It's like art. You can look at art in so many different, perspectives.
If Elon Musk offered you a ticket,
Elon Musk is a troll. He said he put a car in space.
If he gave you a ticket to take the space shuttle up there,
you're giving too much credit to Elon Musk.
I'm not giving no
troll.
credit to Musk.
He said he put a car in space. You really believe he put that car in space? He trolled y'all.
AD, man.
Elon Musk trolled y'all. Let's put it up. Let's bring it up, guys. Watch out. Here it comes. Elon Musk.
If he gave you a ticket to go to
space.
the moon, to fly around the moon, would you take the ticket though?
Look at this, y'all. Oh wait, we got somebody up in the building.
We got the good brother.
Hold on, I'm gonna get to you in a second, brother.
Oh, somebody in the Zoom.
Look at this.
Can you hear us, brother?
Look at this shit.
Oh, okay. Minister Freedom is in the house.
Oh, from the last.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Minister Freedom, you made a lot of great points, man. I'm glad you held it down.
It was a pleasure to agree with you, Brother Rasul.
Yeah.
Look at this bullshit.
Yeah. That's why I just let y'all talk. Sometimes, man, I gotta let y'all go, man.
Do you think this is real? Is that our Earth? This is what Elon Musk did. He put a car in space, quote unquote. Is this real?
It's realer than them flat Earth theories. I tell you that. It looks realer than those.
So you think
it's realer than all the flat Earth theories that you guys present?
Even my question to that would be, what do you think about the live viewing in orbit from the private sector? I'm talking about the guy that owns Virgin Mobile. He put his own private space shuttle into orbit and did this live so the whole world could see what they were seeing. This was a live stream from the private sector, not NASA, not the government, but
Here's a studio pic of that same car in space. Elon Musk is a troll. He has you all tricked. Look at that. There's a car in space. Get out of here. So now we can all agree that Elon Musk was lying and he did not put a car in space with a little moon man in it. It's hilarious. It's a joke. Okay, that's my point. I've made it, and that's done. Okay, so we've got Minister Freedom Allah here. I got you on screen, brother.
Peace, everybody, man. I appreciate the Killah Priest podcast, man, for having me back up in.
No doubt.
I know Lord Jamar requested that the panel was cleansed to anybody not agreeing with him a little bit earlier. Unfortunately, Brother Tudor, just before you came, man. But good to see everybody. Peace, everybody.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Peace and greetings, young brother.
These guys are ignoring a lot of factors. I think they're a little confused with the force of gravity and what mass actually is, and a little confused about electromagnetism. And every time we try to go into, the science of it, it seemed like they was just chopping us down. Because if you don't believe in the force of gravity exists, it's almost like you can't have a conversation.
Well, it was a few points that I didn't even get a chance to present,
Yeah.
Like the Coriolis effect, which causes, storms and weather bodies in different parts and different hemispheres of the world to spin in different directions.
That's correct.
I've never seen the flat Earth model account for that effect. It's like they have to have a different formula and a different answer for every single phenomenon of the planet. When science teaches us that the most conclusive model is the one that can account for everything in the most simplest fashion. And that's what understanding the science of an ellipse does, to where if we understand the relationship that all of the planets travel in and how everything moves in the same motion, we can prove it because we can predict it. This is how scientists use this, what they call the Hellenistic model, to predict when are the planets gonna go and be in certain positions. to where people predict Halley's Comet. They predict when Neptune, when Venus, when Mercury's going into retrograde. They're able to predict these things based off of an understanding of gravity and an understanding of how ellipses and all the planets work, including the Earth. And they do this with precision, accuracy, man. It's it's something because I thought Lord Jamar to be somebody who study, man, and we at the 5%, man. We study, we taught to show and prove things and deal with empirical fact, man. Our brother just done got a little away from his lessons. That's all.
I want to say peace and love to everybody in the chat. Peace to you, Minister Freedom. You're the young brother I spoke with before, wasn't it? Isn't it?
Yeah. Man. How you been doing since the last time I seen you?
What's that?
I said, how you been doing? This is the last time I seen you.
Growing and expanding, and I'll give you an update since the last time you see me. Last time you saw me, we were I was talking about a pod class that was going to be open. It is officially open on my YouTube channel, which AD will put in the description box. So it's every Friday at 7 p.m. Pacific time, and it's an open pod class where you can come and actually join in live, ask questions live. You support with cash apps because we don't have a super chat yet, and then I come on there and answer questions to the students, and I also deal with rebuttals or disagreements. But it will be in the description box for all those who are unfamiliar, and that's what's been launched since the last time I saw you.
Oh man, that's dope.
Yes,
that's
to pod class.
And add on with you, man, myself, what I've been up to, man. I help run the platform known as the 5% Connection. And what we do, man, we help introduce new people to the teachings of the 5%ers. We hold a podcast as well, going over different aspects of our teachings and our culture every Tuesday and Friday, man, at 9 p.m. So it's just a platform where we can introduce people who interested in the 5%ers, the nation of gods and earth, who want to know our teachings and know our way of life, right and exact. The same things that we've been teaching, since the father was around, teaching in the 60s and our firstborns and just our culture, right and exact, man, not over the internet. And our goal is to have this type of platform so that we can help connect people in the physical. So, we help connect people regardless of where they at with gods and earths and any geographical location, man, around the world. So we do that podcast every week, man, every Tuesday and Friday. So yeah, man, it's dope.
Very good. And for the moderators in the room, if you could you throw up my YouTube channel and throw up the brother Freedom Allah's YouTube channel, so that there's a lot of new people here. It wasn't up to 1,000 people. That's a lot of.
Yeah, we got 935 right now.
Right, 935. So we usually have about 600, right, 80? Well, 500 to 600 is good.
Yeah.
So we have about 4.
Your phone is ringing.
It's a divine. There's about 400 new faces that are usually not here, so they don't know about my YouTube and maybe the brother Freedom's YouTube. So if you guys could go ahead, thank you, Coach Kandaka, put that up there and keep everybody updated, because there are new people that came here, and I'm sure they're interested in a lot of topics other than just the flat Earth. I came at the tail end of it, but if there's any other topics, I'm open.
I feel like Jamar felt that we were kicking him off because we told him that Santana was coming on or something.
I spoke to Jamar. He's cool. He said, he oh, for real? I spoke to him. He didn't think that.
Okay.
No, he didn't think that.
We got a super chat says, Tahuti, what is your opinion of the Dorothy Edie story?
I think Jamar, we was going around in circles. It wasn't because of Santana. Okay. I said another flat earther to help him, but he was out at that point. I guess you had it.
Okay.
Was there last time AD you showed, before we get to that one, wasn't there?
So he's taking away your glory.
I just want to make sure that he didn't leave thinking like, oh, you got somebody else coming? Okay, I'm out. Peace. You know what I'm saying?
Shut